Va salute. This is Troy Pacelli of Last Call, and I'm just here to let you know that the following live stream is rated R for adult language, highly inappropriate jokes, and oh, who the are we kidding? We have no idea what is going to come out of Gorilla's mouth. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Cinema Sunday, where we are watching Robocop 2 on Cosby. So, if you're watching this on the rewatch, you'll have to find your own copy and just listen to our banter on the second screen. Otherwise, I got the link in the chat there for the Cosby there. Yeah. But with me, I got Resolute Germ. How are you doing?
Not too bad. How you doing, Gorilla?
No, I haven't taken that toaster bath yet, so I'm guessing I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. I'm still alive and kicking, not dead yet.
Mikey, how about you?
I'm doing good. Thank you for coming by, Gorilla, to our topic time stream earlier. When you entered, we were up to 10 likes, and we still have 12 likes on the stream. So you contributed. Thank you.
No problem. There on PvP, how are you doing?
Oh, not bad. I got a load of laundry in the washer right now, so I'm happy because I've been putting it off, and I thought I got to get it done today. So
yeah, you decided to put it off until Sunday Cinema started.
Yes, I did, just to bother you, Gorilla.
Yeah, just to mess with them. Yeah.
Well, you're gonna miss the titties on the TV.
Well, you know, I thought I was going to have like an easy weekend with lots of time, and then I went out to get groceries yesterday, and I see a notice down by the elevator that oh, guess what? They're entering the apartments on Tuesday to inspect the smoke detectors, and I'm like, oh fuck, that's great because I need to fucking clean the place up because it's a mess. So I thought, well, as long as I'm pissed off, I might as well go and do laundry because that's the perfect time to do it because it pisses me off all the time when I do laundry. So it's like, yeah. So
happy, joy.
Oh, my weekend went from nice and easy to oh shit. Yeah. Pretty much. Oh, well.
All right, let's get started. Mr. Gorilla, Mr. Ape Man.
All right.
So this has Paul Weller in it still, right?
Peter Weller,
Yeah,
yes.
It still has Peter Weller. Peter Weller.
Oh, shit, sorry.
It's the last one with him.
Yeah. He only did the first two, right, Germ? Yeah.
Yes, he did.
Let me know how this volume is.
It's all right.
Okay.
It's a little quiet, but it's all right.
Oh, a little quiet? Okay.
Turn it up a little more.
Good. It's good.
Okay.
It's just the opening sequence.
Well, I'll just see how it sounds once the movie starts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, look, it's San Diego.
Are you sure it's San Diego?
Or San Francisco.
No, there's not. I don't see any piles of shit, so it can't be San Francisco.
I do think they have these parking facilities in a lot of cities, though, don't they?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. He's getting shot.
Holy shit.
One of those recent installed...
Oh, I've got an echo.
I'm not getting any here.
Oh.
Jeez, they should have told that guy, when they hired him to get in the car that he was going to die.
All right. If it's still echoing after this commercial here.
I don't hear an echo at all. I don't have my mic up or my headphones.
Oh, I know what it is.
Loud.
I know what it is. There we go.
It sounds okay here.
It was on my head.
I gotta say,
he had his YouTube on.
I gotta say,
no, not you. No, it wasn't YouTube. I had Cosby and the source actually doing the sound.
Yeah. How you doing, Mumby?
Hey, Mumby.
Hey, Sci-Fi Mommy, we just started.
Hey, Mommy.
She's saying hello to everybody.
Hi, Sci-Fi.
I don't hear an echo. Yeah, no, I had my Cosby and the source actually going together, so. Oh! Hey, you shot him in the back because it's the safest way,
Yes.
All right.
Where were these guys before he got fucking shot?
just a little something. Cain, really a bit on the nose, don't you think?
Yeah.
A bit.
I don't know.
And Lady
Well,
V. All right.
Yeah.
Welcome to the
Hey,
show.
welcome, Lady V. Welcome.
Hey, Lady V.
Oh, and hey,
Hi, Lady V.
Infinity, how's it going? That news anchor actress was a B-list actress in the 80s and 90s. Oh, was she?
Huh.
Oh, apparently we got a bunch of martinis from Infinity.
Huh.
Yeah.
Home sweet home for me.
Oh, this movie would not be made nowadays with that with California symbol put up.
Really, to me, it's home sweet home.
Did they put that symbol on the state flag in California now, Gorilla?
No.
Might as well have.
Oh shit! That bastard. He ran her cart over, and she's got to pick all her cans up again. Wow,
Yeah,
she's having a
not
real
having
bad
any
day.
luck. No, she's not having any luck.
Fuck around, man.
Hey,
Yeah,
I'm
but
gonna go grab a pair of socks off the table.
All right.
I guess she should wait for somebody to run her over.
Oh, and look, he gets his just desserts right here.
Excellent. See, you guys get the feeling this is a rough neighborhood.
No, really?
Oh, it's like
Yeah, I mean,
first the old
like,
lady
you just
almost
find
gets
a
run
lady.
over. Then he mugs
These
the old
two-
lady. Then these bitches mug him. So somebody's got to mug them, right?
Sadly, no.
Oh, nice skirt though. Oh, I approve of that. Yeah, lots of leg. Very nice.
Yep, home sweet home.
Yeah, it looks like just a really great place to move to. Oh, Jesus. What the hell are these guys up to?
They're gonna rob stuff.
They're going to rob the store. Oh, got it.
Well, PvP, it's called a gun store. That's why.
Makes sense. I like how the first thing that one guy steals is a fucking hat, though. It's like, yeah, stay on mission, dude. Hey, dude, you just blew me up, man. I don't know where the fucking bullets are. Nice. That looks like
Yes,
fun.
nice firepower. Hey, look at that bazooka.
Yeah, I
There
do
you
have
go.
I do have a question. Do gun stores really carry that type of stuff, or do you only get that at military stations?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
If
know
you know
about
the right
bazooka.
gun store.
Yeah. There we go.
That guy decided to go into the wrong business.
He just
Actually,
didn't
I would
have
never
proper
want. I'd never
security.
want to own a gun store. Too many weirdos out there that probably would blow you away to steal.
Now, you won't be able to get that stuff because the National Firearms Act made that illegal.
Hey, you just need to know the right guy.
Yeah, but they wouldn't be just
Here we
throwing
go.
all off.
Oh, here they go.
Yeah, and PvP, you probably know who this is, just about how much they're doing for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna be like,
Okay.
"Oh shit!" I
I'm
bet
guessing
it's gonna be an "oh shit"
I'm
moment.
guessing the backup is going to arrive soon.
He don't need no backup.
You'll see what I mean in a few seconds, PvP.
Yeah, I figure something's got to happen here. These guys are having too much fun.
Yeah, they're wasting a lot of fucking ammo.
So
And
where's
here-
the titties? I've got to go put my laundry in the dryer.
I'll just give you a shit.
And here comes the big surprise.
Well, I wasn't thinking it would be a surprise because I figured Robocop was going to show up.
Wait,
Well,
is this feet?
that was
This is
a
on
car.
the poster.
Wait, is this feet different?
Yay!
They made a lot of accommodations in the suit.
Yeah.
Yeah, for what I hear, the suit is actually made of plastic or somewhat plastic based now to give Peter Weller better mobility.
Yeah,
Oh
considering
boy.
Peter Weller almost died of dehydration in the first one, they got a little bit more creative and made it a little more comfortable for him.
Yeah, I figure to get him back for the second film, they must have, given him a little bit of leeway with the suit. That would make sense.
This may seem like a pet peeve.
Oh, that's gotta hurt.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
This may be a little late to ask, but Robocop is like a heavily armored tank, but even his car can only take so much punishment. Robocop should have died in the car that the criminals attacked him in. Should he have?
Well,
No, he can withstand plenty of that.
The part that puzzles me, though, is we do have the lower half of his face exposed, and that's still flesh, right? So he's not even grazed or singed. Like, that's a bit of a stretch, but it is a sci-fi fantasy, basically, is it not?
And there is some lore or fan theories about that. That skin is just basically a skin covering, but underneath it is a metal skull. Basically, that's just a skin. That's just a skin covering.
Oh, okay. So it could be like a highly resistant polymer skin or some kind, or some weird shit.
Oh, look, he's being nice to Knock.
Anyway, I'm just going to go throw my laundry on. So tell me if I miss anything important, like titties or anything like that.
Oh, my screen froze here. Oh, there we go.
Did Cosby froze, or is it just an RN somewhat for a second?
Oh, my computer glitched for a second. Yeah, that's
easiest bust he ever made.
Well, he did have an informant when he interrogated that drug dealer. Hey, look, and the criminal empire is providing employment for employees to make a living.
And welcome, Jim.
Hey, Jim, how's it going?
Hey, Jim.
Hey, Jim. Oh my gosh. That duck looks like a StreamYard duck in there. Did they foreshadow StreamYard?
Boom, action scene. Tell me, Gorilla, do you know the rating of this movie? Because I do.
It's probably rated R.
Sadly, no, it's rated PG-13.
Oh, I thought if it had more than one death in it, it had to be rated R.
I don't know what version you're seeing, Dan, but this has always been rated R.
Really? Because I heard that for the sequel they had to tone down the violence a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, have fun mowing there, Jim.
Have fun mowing, Jim.
All right, you're right, it's rated R.
Yeah, because this much death already, it had to have been rated R.
And welcome, DJ Play Nice.
Hey,
We're just
DJ,
getting
how's
into
it
the
going?
good part.
Yeah, how's it going?
Hey, DJ.
Yeah, this got 28% from Rotten Tomatoes and a 5.8 out of 10 on IMDb.
Well, they can go fuck
Well,
themselves.
they can take that 5.8 and shove it right up their asses.
Yeah, and it's rated R. It's rated R. And this was directed by the guy that This was directed by Irvin Kershner, who directed Empire Strikes Back. Star Wars fan.
And I think it's the last movie he directed, ain't it?
Probably.
What a cute kid, huh?
Oh, yeah, shoot him.
Wait, what? Can't he shoot a kid?
No, he
No,
can't.
he's not allowed to. Trucking error.
A
He was thinking of
flashback.
his kid. Yeah,
Wait, is that his kid?
No, it's doing a memory flashback roughly till he snaps out of it right there.
No.
He knows how to show off his gun skills.
Oh, right in the forehead! Right now!
Awesome. He played it right off the
metal door.
The metal door, yeah.
And in this scene, he found his former family right here. That is his kid right there in theory, anyway. Unless I'm thinking about a different actor.
Yeah, but that's the kid that shot him, ain't it?
No.
No, that's a completely different kid.
Yeah.
So is he not allowed to contact his family or anything?
No, because legally speaking, he's dead. He should not exist, but he's Robocop.
Yeah, but doesn't mean he can't contact his family.
Alex Murphy is dead. There is only Robocop.
There's only Robocop.
Any contact would be
detrimental
at best.
Yeah. Detrimental at worst.
Yeah. And DJ says, just stop by and say, hey, I'm bump the algorithm. Enjoy. Well, okay, have fun there, DJ. Hey, put the Cosby. I'll put the Cosby link up on the screen.
Oh, I didn't see any TNAs.
I was giving him some shit.
You know what? There's a slight problem here. They could have gone something with this plot thread, but sadly, in the movie, they cut it short. They did. That's a complicated question because he's more robot than human, but he also has human emotions and he has human parts in him.
Right.
They do have a point.
Hey, does she know her husband's body was turned into Robocop?
No. Because I think in the first movie he was declared legally dead, and then OCP took over his body rights, and they basically just tore up his body till there was almost nothing left, and made him RoboCop. I think it was.
Yeah, but
she basically knows it's him. His face was on the news.
Okay.
Tell me, if you're a cyborg and part robot, part man, how would you guys answer that? Are you human, or are you a machine, or are you a robot? Or are
he
you
has
a
no
cyborg?
control what he's saying, I don't think.
No,
he's been programmed,
He's in control. His actions are his own if it doesn't conflict with his 3 prime directives.
Okay.
Well, officially it's 4, but all of them get deleted and later on in the movie till they get rebooted into them somehow.
Oh, they ripped number 4 out.
Yeah, now this
Don't
is
want another
interesting.
Dick Jones happening.
Yeah, now this is interesting. One of the writers for this film was Frank Miller, the guy that did the Sin City movie.
Yeah, and just another info, Mikey. He did RoboCop 3. The original RoboCop 3 script was going to be a RoboCop 2 script, but the studio said hell no.
Right.
Yeah, that RoboCop 3 script was not strong.
And here comes his wife, or widow now.
Let's see.
So he's allowed to see his wife now.
To satisfy the lawyers, yes.
Okay, so three of the filming locations were in Houston, Texas. The Murphy home, the Civic Centrum, and the Lyons Avenue 5th Ward, Houston, Texas. Then they filmed a couple scenes in California and LA where Robocop hijacked a motorcycle. Robocop's back was scraped in an alley. Then they did a fire hydrant scene in Houston. Then Houston, Texas had the Budweiser Brewery, the intersection of Congress and the Branch, Prairie and Main, Ruskin and Fannin, Andrews and Wilson Street, Jefferson Davis Hospital, the Americas, City Hall, Hiram Clark Power Plant, and George R. Brown Convention Center. So most of it was filmed in Houston, Texas. And a couple of scenes in LA. Yeah. Kind of cool.
All right. Yeah.
Different place than LA. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said before, in you guys' opinion, did they cut off this plot thread too soon or too abruptly, or did they solve it pretty damn well, judging by what they were trying to say in the movie?
I think they got pretty well.
Because some people say they could have done this movie with just that plot thread alone, or have it gone through the movie a little bit to have his family connection.
Oh, doesn't belong in a movie like this. Something like Prime Directives or the TV series, better place for it.
Hey, it's Omnicast's place.
And here we see the true face of OCP, which basically they're just a criminal, criminal company now, right here.
Yeah, now they're a criminal enterprise, and Dan Herlihy is running it.
Hey, wait, is that LeVar Burton?
No.
There's Dan Herlihy.
They are now the city government. They do a better job than you.
Yeah.
So did I come back just in time to see a bunch of corporate assholes in a room?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yes.
perfect. Well, that's gonna make great headway calling them out. Yeah, that's gonna help.
And PvP, just for clarification, in the first movie they were kind of ambiguous on OCP's position, but now in this movie they're just going all in on the criminal enterprise corporation of OCP now.
Okay.
And what they do is they build a second automatic robot to try to offset Robocop.
Okay, that kind of makes sense, I suppose.
And right here, they kind of do an exhibition dump on what's going on with Robocop 2 program right here.
And this movie received 3 nominations from the Academy of Science Fiction, Fantasy, and Horror Films. It got nominated for Best Science Fiction Film, Best Performance by a Younger Actor, Gabriel Damon, and Best Special Effects from Phil Tippett, Rob Bottin, and Peter Curran.
Didn't they hire the same guy from the first film to do the effects, Mikey? I read somewhere.
Yeah, Tippett.
Yeah. So that's good. That's a good sign.
Well, Tippett did all of the, for what I remember watching behind the scenes, Phil Tippett did all the close-ups of Peter Weller, and then what they did is superimposed him on a body, on a robotic body they created. See, this is the other one they're trying to replace him with. And
yeah. Wow, that's not very good.
Yeah. So,
hey, sci-fi zombie there. Thanks for.
Then it kills itself. Well, that's well done.
Hey, Mommy, thank you for
putting
a thing in your cutie cheek.
Yeah, that's the one that's supposed to have her body. Belinda Bauer is in this. Is that a female one?
Wonderful.
Doesn't look like a very attractive female.
Yeah.
That's a female from Hell Vision, that one.
That one, yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah, and there is a reason why, right here, why they do that.
What I don't get is
the one in the white coat, like I said, is the actress is Belinda Bauer. She's been in some sci-fi films before, besides this one.
Thing is, Robocop functions quite well. Why don't they just make another Robocop?
Well, they do say right here.
They're trying.
They do say right here why.
Oh, okay. Can you turn it up a bit, Gorilla?
So basically, Murphy had a strong sense of duty and purpose in his life before he became a cyborg, and that transferred over to his cyborg life.
That's what I always figured, yeah. Boy, the volume is a bit low in the dialogue, I gotta say.
Yeah.
Well, I got it maxed out on my side.
Oh, really? Okay, it's just the stream then, the source.
Right,
Don't
I
worry.
have it.
Yeah, don't worry, girl.
I have it on mine too, so.
I can still make it out. It's just it's not very loud, but that's all right.
Well, do closed captioning.
Yeah, and fun fact.
Can't use closed captioning with this. They're like 10.
Oh yeah, I see that now. Whoops. Let's see here.
Oh yeah, and fun fact. The actress that plays the therapist in fiction, she actually became a therapist in real life. She did.
Oh damn!
Wow.
Where's the closed
cool.
captioning buttons disappeared? Oh shit!
No, the closed captioning thing here is like 10 seconds off.
Oh well, don't worry. I'm not really watching this movie for the intensely fabulous dialogue anyway, because I don't imagine there'll be a whole lot of that.
Yeah, I found. There we go. Yeah, PvP. I found out that this movie was mostly filmed around the Houston, Texas area. There's only a few scenes that are in LA, but the rest of it's in Houston.
Huh? Was it cheaper to film there? I wonder.
I guess it was.
And here we are, a corrupt cop right here.
Oh yeah, Nuke to go around. Nuke drugs. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, but that's it. Yeah, sometimes they're way off.
And here he shows them and shows why he's a corrupt cop.
Yeah.
There's always a few bad apples, and he's forced to make the organization have a bad name.
Yeah, I'm turning the subtitles off because they're fucking with me.
Yeah, they're good 10 seconds, 15 seconds ahead.
No, this is the part of the movie that a lot of critics had a problem with. This 12-year-old drug dealer.
Yeah.
So
I
it's
I remember reading something about Roger Ebert. He hated this fucking scenario with a fucking 12-year-old this fucking corrupt. Roger Ebert could not deal with it. He was like,
this is
12-year-old
accurate.
fucking drug dealer who murders people. It's like, fuck, give me a break, you know?
Yeah.
Well, that happens all the time.
I'm sure it does, but Robert Eacher was definitely not comfortable with the idea in the movie. But that was back in the day, right? So,
Well, there's a reason that gangs like to use kids because, you'll be out by the time you're 18.
oh yeah, we got stupid laws here about underage offenders too. They basically get away with almost anything.
Yeah. Now this.
Here, it's literally everything.
Yeah. Now this movie came out 3 years after the first one.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, it came out in 1990. This one, and then the other one was 1987. So yeah, 3 years between movies.
I would say that I seen this movie a lot when I was a kid or growing up, and I did not buy this kid being a drug dealer. I did not buy it.
Yeah, but the actor Gabriel Damon, who played him later on, did a lot of great films and stuff as henchmen or as villains. So even a 12-year-old drug dealer played by this kid who then grew up and became a good actor. Yeah, I mean, makes sense to me. I mean, if he's in this film, he was the only one picked out, for a nominated award. So weird. Let's see. What else? Gabriel's done. Okay. Gabriel Damon he's an actor, producer, and then he's done soundtracks. He was born April 23rd, 1976. So yeah, in this film, he was 14 years old when he did it. And he was in Call to Glory, the TV series in 1984. And by the age of 13, he said he worked with some of the world's most renowned actors and directors. Yeah. He did The Land Before Time as a voiceover. He was Littlefoot in 1988. He was in Newsies, which was a Disney musical. He played Spot Conlon. And in Little Nemo, Adventures in Slumberland, he was the voice of Nemo. That's what he's known for.
Hey, like a very nice kid that knows how to treat authority with very nice, doesn't he?
Yeah.
No, I think he's a little bit of a punk ass, actually.
Yeah. He also received, besides, like I said, he was the best performance by a younger actor, a nominee for the Saturn Award. But he's also been nominated. Yeah. Young Artist Award. Oh, he was Jeremy Astor in The Bonding, 1989 from Star Trek The Next Generation. And Newsies and Tequila. He was in Tequila Sunrise. He was in One Big Family and Call Glory. So yeah, the little kid, Gabriel Damon, was in a lot of things. But that's cool. Yeah, there he is, the kid. He was in TNG.
Yeah, I did see him in TNG, but I just don't know what season it was.
It was an episode called The Bonding. He played Jeremy Astor. Jeremy in TNG. That was nice of him. You're a rotten cop. Should have blown him away, Robocop.
Well, is he allowed to kill other cops if they're corrupt or not? Is he allowed to? For his...
I think he is. Follow the law. Yeah, if they're evil.
If they're using force, yes.
Yes. Yeah,
but he was just beating them up, so it would have been illegal for him to shoot him, so he wouldn't do it.
Right. Yeah, like I said, PvP, most of it was filmed in the Houston, Texas area. This is an actual abandoned power plant outside of Houston.
Well, location usually is a good idea. I mean, I
Yeah.
imagine location shooting can keep the cost down quite a bit.
I think it did back then for them,
Well,
especially in
yeah, because you don't
1990.
have to build any sets, right, Mikey? So it should
Yeah,
save
just have it
money.
outdoors. Right.
Yeah.
Totally. This is very cool, though. I like all this cinematography is pretty good.
Yeah, the film's not bad so far. I wasn't expecting much because often sequels can be quite inferior to the original, but this is decent so far.
Inferior is probably being gentle and nice.
Well, I've seen some sequels. I mean, there's the occasional one like Empire Strikes Back that I think is actually a little better than the first film, but that's
Right.
pretty rare, right? That's very rare.
And
Yeah, of
here it shows Robocop's intelligence right here.
Oh, that's gotta hurt.
No, wait for it.
Yeah, but you gotta remember he's a robot.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I'm sure he's fine.
Yeah, but wait, and they'll show where he is actually. Wait for it.
Oh, remember you were talking about the suit before? It says the Robocop suit for this film was constructed purely of fiberglass. That's why it allowed Peter Weller far more freedom in terms of movement and gave the suit a far more metallic look.
And
So it's complete fiberglass.
And cue the slideshow. Here he is. He played them very well.
Oh, this is funny. When Robocop was in the arcade, the majority of the video games are created by Data East. Data East was the creator behind the Robocop video games.
Well, there you
And
go.
it's full sets. Yeah.
Kind of like free advertising sort of thing.
And it says Peter Weller criticized the script, saying it lacked the spine and the soul of the original. Weller tried to convince Frank Miller, Irvin Kershner, and the film's producers that the third act needed a morality angle instead of being just a shoot 'em up. The producers felt the battle between Robocop and Cain was sufficient. So,
Yeah, I kind of heard some of the criticisms do seem to be centered around that Paul Weller's character wasn't as moralistic in this film as the first one. Like he kind of lost his personality a bit.
And like Elvis trivia and possible theory on what Elvis did or where he is in this movie.
yeah.
Ouch.
Oh, I'm just reading some of Robocop's new directives. He had a total of 278 directives after this movie.
Well, we're talking about the three primary directives or four primary directives.
Right.
Those are secondary directives.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, and I found this part of the movie somewhat disturbing a little bit. I did.
Yeah.
You'll find out in the next few minutes.
Okay. Yeah, it says Peter Curran was the special effects photographer. In the scene where Robocop was being reprogrammed by Dr. Fax, they're going to have following hexagon numbers that scroll quickly up the screen. But if you convert that to ASCII text, it reads Pete Curran is a great guy.
Ooh, nice shot.
Yeah.
Little fucker.
Well, I'll tell you this. They know Robocop now. What it takes to take him down. They do, sort of.
Oh, God, this is disgusting. It said while displaying Robocop's new directives at the police station, the cable that's plugged into his head is actually a water supply coupling for a toilet. That'd be cool to watch. Yep.
Oh, nice play.
Oh, yeah.
Ouch.
Hey, Dan, here's what you'll recognize. The shootout scene at the Nuke Labs is the Budweiser Brewery. The same setting was used in Star Trek 2009 for various engineering areas of the Enterprise.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I found this part of the movie where something happens to Robocop a little disturbing. I mean, it's not gruesome or all that. It's just
no, he's being magnetized. Yeah.
Well, in the next few minutes, you'll see why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they hitting his balls?
No.
Oh.
Well,
I
first off,
I didn't think you had any balls left, did he, Mikey? Like, I
Yes,
imagine that was all removed.
Metallic.
This kid is evil.
Gabriel
I
Damon.
fucking hate this kid. This kid is fucking
I know.
evil. I hate him.
I think he dies eventually, though.
Well, I hope so. And I don't feel good about hoping a kid will die, but in this case, I'll make an exception.
He's going to put some Nuke stuff into him.
Yeah, what kind of drug is that anyhow that they keep injecting?
I don't know.
It's Nuke.
It must be good shit, though.
Yeah.
They seem to enjoy it.
It's a neural stimulant and hallucinogen.
Yeah. Hold on a second. It says the tiny container that held the drug Nuke was actually a saline remoisturizer for contact lens wearers in the late 1980s and early 1990s. The solution was dyed red, and in some shots had a small needle sticking out after someone removes the covering.
This is disturbing.
That's what the drug Nuke actually is. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Dan, Michael Medeiros, who played Katzo, the Elvis-looking one of the gang, recalls Irvin Kershner literally ripping pages from the script every morning, calling it awful, while screenwriter Frank Miller would look on mournfully.
Uh-oh. Now, that's either a good thing or a bad thing. If it really was awful, that makes sense. But if it was actually good and Kershner ripped out the pages, then he's a bit of a douchebag.
Yeah, and this was the final film directed by Irvin Kershner. This was it.
Oh, really?
Thank you.
By the way, come to think of it, Irvin Kershner did direct Empire Strikes Back, didn't he?
Robocop 2 had the second highest body count in movies released in 1990. It killed off 58 people, following Die Hard 2, which killed 162.
Holy shit.
That stat alone makes this movie great.
Yeah, sure. Killing all those people.
Well, that's not good.
Okay. PvP, you want to hear what Roger Ebert actually wrote about Hobb, the 12-year-old?
Sure.
All right. The character,
not good.
yeah, the character Hobb was widely condemned by critics. Roger Ebert wrote, Cain's sidekicks include a violent, foul-mouthed young boy, played by Gabriel Damon, who looks to be about 12 years old, but kills people without remorse, swears like Eddie Murphy, and eventually takes over the drug business. I hesitate to suggest the vicious little tyke has been shoehorned into this R-rated movie so that the kiddies will have someone to identify with when they see it on video, but stranger things have happened.
Okay, I would say that the next few scenes coming up here, I hate, well, you hear me say the word disturbing a lot, but this is actually pretty scary and disturbing. I saw as a kid, these next few scenes.
Yeah,
Okay.
I certainly hope that the kids wouldn't be cheering for this little creep when they watched it on video, but you never know, right?
Right.
Well, they would be today. Back then.
Today they would be for sure. But this is like 30, 35 years ago or whatever. So hopefully not back at then.
No, back then all the kids cared about was Robocop.
Yeah.
Yeah, heroes were more popular back then. At least this corrupt cop is getting his what he's due.
Yeah, why do I have a feeling he's have a kidney missing?
I get a feeling he's going to have. Well, I get a feeling he's going to have a lot more than a kidney missing by the time they're done with him.
We've seen that guy before.
Okay, I may have to block off the source of this because I can't find. I find this part very disturbing.
It sounds like you find a lot of this movie disturbing.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh no, the kid's gonna love it. He's a little sadist.
He is a little sadist.
Oh boy.
Actually, the kid would probably love to do this little surgical procedure if he could.
Yeah, that kid is fucked to the head.
He's a psycho.
Yeah.
He's a psychopath.
Well, remember he has wonderful role models to look up to and follow their lead, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, I'm sure
Yes,
his parents must have done a pretty shitty job.
Yeah, it says here that miniature stop motion models of Robocop 2 and Cain were used for most of the shots.
Oh.
8 separate miniature teams had to work around the clock to meet the tight production schedule. For close-ups, a full-size head and torso were built, weighing almost 800 pounds. It was operated with long poles attached to the areas that had to move by operators who were dressed in all black so that they would not show up on screen. That's pretty cool. Wow, Peter Weller had to be persuaded to return as Murphy because he hated working in the suit.
That's why they modified it, I guess, just to get him back, right?
Oh, yeah,
Yep.
and Belinda Bauer, who played Dr. Fax, later went on to earn a doctorate in psychology in real life.
Huh.
Thank
That's
you.
cool. Yeah.
I
Sort
told
of a
you.
downgrade in life.
Interesting.
Wow, the script went through constant rewrites, with the actors often receiving their lines only 10 minutes before their scenes were due to be shot.
Yeah, that sounds like the biggest problem is they didn't have a good script to begin with, and they were trying to basically fake it as they went along. Like, that's pretty sad. 10 minutes before a shoot, you get your lines like that. That's not going to help any actor, do a good performance.
Right.
Yeah, and I do love how she's actually more psychotic and villainous than the actual OCP Corporation is in this movie. She is.
They said this movie went into development 3 weeks after the release of the first film.
And it took 3 years to get it made. Holy, that tells you a lot. If it took
Tells you a
3
lot.
years, if they worked on this for 3 years and it still had problems, that doesn't say a lot of, good things about the people working on it.
Yeah, now one of the machine guns that was used by Hobb, it was based on a 9mm M21 submachine gun, which is designed by Dave Boatman, which itself is an updated version of the Ares FMG Foley machine gun developed by Eugene Stoner, weapons designer known for designing the AR-10 and AR-15 modern sporting rifles, and the latter was adopted by the U.S. military since 1962, and they turned that into the M16.
Tell me, this may be a curiosity, but it's probably kind of obvious. Tell me, is she sleeping with the old man right here?
Probably.
Of course. How do you think she
What
gets any of her ideas across?
What is going on here? Is there any significant dialogue I'm missing here? Because I'm not
a
really
damn
hearing
bit.
it. Okay, that's good.
Well, I'll sum it up there. They're trying to put a criminal in Robocop 2, and they keep Robocop offline to make the crime and law and order get worse in Detroit to make the urgency for Robocop 2 more urgent.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, the reason that Weller didn't do Robocop 3 was because David Cronenberg, who wrote The Fly, he did a movie called Naked Lunch. And the guy that's the cinematographer on this film is Mark Irwin, who worked on Kershner's Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back. So what happened was Weller, who's a fan of the novel Naked Lunch, successfully lobbied Cronenberg to appear in the film. And the schedule of that film ended up conflicting with the schedule of Robocop 3, which led Weller to give up the role. So that's why he didn't do 3.
So Weller was in Naked Lunch then, was it? Because I haven't seen that
He
movie
was in
in a long
Naked
time.
Lunch, yes. But because he did Naked Lunch, he didn't do Robocop 3.
Well, actually, I don't blame him because I think Naked Lunch probably has a better reputation than RoboCop 3 does. So,
Oh, yeah.
it's a very strange film, but when I watched it years ago, it was quite interesting.
So she's in
Cronenberg,
charge now?
I mean, David Cronenberg is one of Canada's most famous directors. I mean, he's done a lot of weird but kind of wonderful films quite often. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, and here's a meeting about possible appointing more directors or reprogramming Robocop to be more kid friendly. In this meeting, they're talking about.
Yeah.
Well, it would be nice if he learned a little bit of like the old, the old stereotype of the Irish cop on the beat with his nightstick, and he kind of knew the neighborhood and was, kind of knew everybody, and he was like buddy with a lot of folks on the block, and that kind of social interaction probably wouldn't hurt a cop actually, because if the people in the neighborhood like you, they're probably going to help you, if there's a problem, right? They're going to kind of alert you if there is a problem. They're going to say, hey, this is going on down the street here. You might want to check into that.
Oh, yeah. And here, you see that the VP was actually being sarcastic when he did all those suggestions to the psychiatrist. You see the look on his face like, I was just kidding. You don't have to do that. The look on his face says it all.
There's all the memory, everything she's reprogramming. It says Pete Kerwin is a cool guy. Yeah,
it's nice when they put those little, what do they call them? Little, you know what I mean?
Easter eggs.
Easter eggs. That's what I was looking for. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and Belinda Bauer today. Yeah, Belinda Bauer today is a working spiritual psychologist.
That sounds kind of scary, actually, Mikey.
Yeah.
I don't know about those spiritual psychologists. It sounds like she could be a cult leader or something.
Yeah, right.
Saying, Well, it looks like they got him back together.
She worked in the late 70s. She was in a lot of cult films. She worked in New York as a model, as the face of Revlon, and a lot of fashion magazines.
Sounds like she's had an interesting career, to be sure.
Yeah. She started her career as a ballet dancer, TV actress, and model.
Okay, I want to see those pictures of her as a ballet dancer.
Yeah, she won Miss Queen of the Pacific.
Oh, yeah.
1 year, yeah.
I wouldn't mind dating a ballet dancer.
Yeah. Hey there, Boomer. How's it going? We're halfway through our movie here.
Hello, Boomer.
Hey, Boomer.
Oh, that's right. I recognized her from Flashdance. She was in that movie with, what's her name?
Jessica Biel?
Yes. Yeah. That's right. She was in that. Oh, and she was also in UHF with Weird Al Yankovic.
Oh, that's a real cult film, isn't it? UHF.
Yeah.
I've never seen it. That's one I wouldn't mind seeing, actually.
Hey, I would love to see that for Cringe Stock.
Yeah,
that
why
would
don't
be
you
a great
put UHF on Cringe Stock? That might be fun, Gorilla.
That would be fun.
Are you changing your pick?
Yeah, let's go with UHF. That might be fun.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good one.
I've never seen it.
It's funny, ridiculously stupid, but it is funny.
Well, Weird Al is called Weird Al for a reason, because he's weird, right?
Yeah.
So
hey, Boomer, have a good watch party.
All right, Boomer, take care, man.
And here's the so-called new Robocop coming in right here. The reprogrammed Robocop right here.
Well, he's certainly more robotic almost now. Jeez.
Well, they changed his directives. He's different.
Yeah, it almost looks like he's going to do a dance number or something there for a second. The way he was moving his arms around, that was a bit weird.
And the police chief knows that there's something wrong with him because he never called him that.
It's a beautiful morning. Look at him; he's weird. Even Nancy notices.
And his ex-partner senses something ain't right too.
Yep.
Hey, Fermented Cinema, welcome.
Oh,
hey,
look.
Fermented Cinema.
Oh, look, more kids.
They're at the Little League team.
Oh, right. Children stealing money.
More child creeps. Oh, well, lovely.
Hey. All right, hey, welcome Fermented Cinema. We're about an hour in. We are actually exactly 52 minutes in. And welcome to Pickles. What's up, Phyllis? Look, LDG, I got the link at the top of the chat if you'd like.
Oh, look. The cops are there. Take him out, Nancy. It's Robo. Run, guys. Run.
I do find this kind of a bit disturbing, though, that they got so many young kids committing horrible crimes and beating people up. That's kind of sick, really.
It's sad now.
But very accurate for the time.
Yeah.
Well, not in my part of the world, thank God.
Well, it's sad how nowadays even teenagers are now acting like those.
Oh, you hear the occasional crime. You hear the occasional crime where young people do horrible shit like that, but it's pretty rare. Pretty rare up here. Pretty fucking rare.
Yeah, but
right in the head.
Nice.
Yeah, but then again, you Canadians are always so polite, though.
Well, that's a stereotype. Don't forget that is a stereotype. We have our criminals and our assholes as well up here, but they don't. They're not a huge percentage of the population, thank goodness. I feel sorry for this poor guy.
Well,
I'm glad they didn't kill him anyway. At least he's alive, so that's good.
And look, a somewhat funny, disturbing scene right here where Robocop's talking to the corpse, basically.
Okay, his programming is definitely a bit off here, I would say.
Yeah.
And Anne and his partner's going, Murphy, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah, you guys are definitely passive aggressive.
That's a great line. That line's a keeper. That line's a keeper. That one.
Wait, what did he say? I didn't hear it. I didn't hear it.
I'm having trouble when he dropped when he realized it was the corpse.
Okay. Yeah, for Mr. Simmons.
That was classic.
Yeah, for Mr.
Hey, somebody should clip that scene. That was a good scene.
Oh, trust me, it's probably on YouTube. If you know where to look for it.
All right. So Fermented Siva says, hope you guys are enjoying the film. Robocop 2 is one of those films I haven't seen for years. I watched about 20 times on TV as a kid. I'm always the weekend movie team. Yeah?
Well, it's good, but I'm not going to watch it 20 times.
Yeah. And it's just some people also mistake passive aggressive as flight. I say this is a fellow Canadian.
Well, that is a nice compliment he gave his partner. She does have a lovely hairdo right there.
I always found her quite attractive, actually. I don't know. I always kind of like the girl next door types, and she kind of is one.
Tell me, is the actress about your age at PvP?
Hell, I have no idea. She probably is by now.
Well, then she's probably your type if she's single.
Well, I don't think that's going to happen.
Here, guys. Let me take a look and see how old she is now.
Now, this is what kids should be doing, right?
Yeah, having fun.
Yeah, exactly. Having fun and not murdering people.
But
okay, Nancy.
What the hell is he saying?
Yeah. Now, Nancy.
A rolling stone is
Allen,
worth two in the bush.
Yeah, Nancy Allen was born June 24th, 1950. So that means she'll turn 74 this coming June.
No,
she'll be 74 years old.
She's a little too old for me then.
Yeah. She's received.
Well, maybe those kids are little bastards after all. Holy shit!
And the famous line from this movie. Thank you for not smoking.
Yeah, remember she was in. You guys remember when she was in Carrie? Remember she was the one that was nude in the original Carrie with Sissy Spacek.
Okay, how many minutes in was that, Mikey?
Less than 15 minutes in. She was in the bathroom scene.
I'll check that out later. Then that sounds
the bathroom scene. Yeah, and Carrie. We own both Carries.
Mikey, tell me. Mikey, tell me. Who's the actor that plays the Asian scientist? Because he looks familiar.
The Asian scientist?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can take a look. Hold on.
Because he looks familiar to me. That's why.
Yeah. Let me take a look at IMDb here.
Oh yeah. Now I know where the actor is from. He's from Rush Hour, the TV show, on the TV series, in the movie franchise of the first movie.
Oh shit! What's happening? What's happening here?
He figured out how to clear the program.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
But right now, Murphy is in control, not RoboCop. He's like, gee, how do I get rid of shit in my system? It's like, oh,
So
now you gave me an idea.
So Murphy's personality is back then?
Well, yeah.
To a extent.
Yeah.
And he's figured out a way how to come all the way back.
Yeah, his name is Jima. T-Z-I Ma. He's an actor and a producer.
Tell me, was he in Rush Hour? The movie?
Holy shit!
Yeah, he plays the Tak Akita. Yeah, he plays Tak Akita. Let's see.
Wait, so is he trying to go suicidal or what?
Well, to get rid of all the other directives that were causing him pesky problems. Yes.
He was in The Farewell, The Quiet American, Rush Hour, the original Rush Hour with Jackie Chan and what's his name? Tucker?
Chris Tucker.
Chris Tucker, yeah. And then he was in Arrival. He was General Shang, that one with Amy Adams.
Yeah, and I think he was in the new Mulan movie, that horrible live-action remake of Mulan, wasn't he, too?
Yes, he was, yeah. Tima. That's how he pronounces his name. Or Tima or Tima. It says T-I-E, so yeah, I'm guessing Tima. That's how he pronounces it.
And Murphy and Robocop is back to normal right here.
Yeah, he did the entire Rush Hour series from 1998 to 2007, and he did a independent film Tiger Tail in 2020. That's his last film he did.
Oh, can I hear the dialogue? Oh, I missed the dialogue, but it probably doesn't matter.
Simple. He said that the drug lord is bugging him, and he wants to bust his drug lab location.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
Yeah.
He basically ended the strike.
Word you can afford to shop Black Friday? Want to know my secret?
I sure would not want to work for a creepy guy like that, because he'd probably commend you one day and kill you the next.
Yeah.
Well, he is a drug dealing psychopath.
No, he's got no morality. Yeah, exactly.
All right. Romantic Cinema says she is cute. Oh, God, don't depress me. The Matrix and the Lord of the Rings are still new movies, and RoboCop is only 15 years old. Hey, welcome, Ami. Welcome. I got the Cosby link at the top of the chat if you want to watch along. We're about halfway through. And hey, it's the man of many words. Cody Guy, welcome. He says Delta City, the future has a silver lining.
And finally, an action scene happens right here in a few scenes.
Well, it's about time they called in some fucking cops in force. That's about time.
I wonder if this is like a quarter or half the entire police force in this raid.
There's about 5 quad cars there, so that's quite a few cops.
That's a lot of firepower.
That's like what? They must have like what, about 20 cops here or something?
Yeah. Don't you think that's like cop overkill?
Yeah.
Not if you're going in against a drug gang with machine guns. I would say not. I say you go in a massive force and take them out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Jim says he's back in the house. Okay.
Watch out. Ah, nice.
Get him.
Yeah.
Kill everything.
Right on. Okay, let's see some slaughter here.
Hey, I want to see that 12-year-old blasted away.
Well, Mikey, spoiler alert, he survives the action scene.
Yeah. Man, these guys can't fire worth crap.
Which ones?
Any of them. The only good one is Robocop.
Is that not one of the worst cliches in action movies, though, where there's like 10,000 people firing firearms and nobody gets shot? It's like, I've seen that too many times in movies.
Surprisingly accurate.
Well, here's the kicker. if they're not main characters, then they shoot lousy.
I gotta say, Robo's sensors are pretty good, though. He seems to be picking them off pretty easily. You little sack of shit. Fuck, I hate this kid.
Well, he shot one cop and wouldn't another. And here they escape in that truck. And that's armored.
Well, I figures they'd get away.
Told you. They hit the jackpot. And guess what? Self-destruct.
Yeah.
Well, so much for the lab worker that was making the drugs for him, eh?
Oh, he's replaceable.
Yeah, it's not like he was going to get a pension anyway, I guess.
Shoot them both.
Ouch.
Well, that had to hurt. Gotta kill them both.
Yeah. And Ami says Ford Taurus cop car in the future. He said Stormtrooper School of Fire for Retro Cinema. Oh,
Wow,
shit.
right for a car? Awesome.
Well, so much for happy hour.
Yeah.
Tell me, well, he's a cyborg boy. Should he not feel any pain with that back of his, or is he just? Is just?
I think it's really. Yeah, I think it's really cool that they made his fiberglass suit appear like it was real steel. You know, with all the sparks and the special effects.
Uh-oh. Ouch. That had to hurt.
Holy crap.
Yay! I get to ride motorcycles around them. I get to
Okay,
ride motorcycles around.
Robo's going to get on the motorcycle. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
now
figured
he's
that.
going to chase him with the motorcycle. Oh, man.
He's like, thank you for letting me borrow your vehicular machine.
Yes, thank you, citizen, for letting me use your two-wheel
Yeah,
vehicle
yes, and here
accessory.
and here they do a Western scene right here. If you know what I mean.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, he turns around and he's going to shoot at him.
I got to say, the action in this movie is pretty good.
Yeah, I like the action.
Western scene right here.
Yeah.
Roughly.
Special effects are cool.
Hey, Daniel.
Yeah.
You're just
Hey,
in
man.
time for the showdown.
Hey, Daniel. Welcome.
It's a pretty obvious answer, but I'm going to ask the question anyway. In this duel, who wins, Robocop or Cain in an armored truck?
Oh! Right to the windshield!
Wow.
That answer your question?
Yeah, I know it was obvious. I wanted your guys' opinion, though.
That was Robo's movie. He always wins.
Yay.
Yeah, back in those days, good guys were good guys, and good guys always won. Not like nowadays.
Oh, look at
Yeah, I
Cain.
always like the occasional movie that the bad guy wins.
Well,
Very occasional,
no,
though.
what they're gonna do though is take the brain of Cain and put it inside the new.
All right,
don't
Mikey,
spoil it. Don't
quiet.
spoil it, please. Don't
Sorry,
spoil it.
sorry.
Mikey, like you can be vague for future scenes. Just keep it vague, please. On what's gonna happen in the next few scenes. It's
I'm
all right.
sorry.
It's all right, Mikey. Just keep it vague.
Yeah,
please.
I enjoy your additional information on films, Mikey. That's really great, but I do try to avoid spoilers because once again, I have not seen this film yet. So
Right.
And
Okay. Sorry. Yep.
It's fine,
Yeah.
Mikey. Just keep it vague for future scenes, please. Keep it vague,
I
okay?
forgot.
she is
Jesus.
the hottest green woman outside of Star Trek. I gotta say.
Yeah.
Frequent use will cause skin cancer.
Whoa, look at this guy.
Yeah, and
And
Well-
Bauer wants him.
Just going outside could cause skin cancer these days, unfortunately, it seems.
Everything causes cancer.
Now, if you just, yeah, no, I agree with you, PvP. This lady became a future working psychologist.
I told you guys.
I know, and that's scary as shit.
This kid is just pissing me off to no end.
The
He
kid
needs a
needs
good-
to be wiped
This
out.
kid needs a good strap and just put him over somebody's knee and just give him.
No, he's killed people. He needs to be wiped
used
out
to-
and destroyed.
When I was in elementary school, they were still using the strap on bad kids, and a lot of bad kids would learn their lesson after 1 or 2 sessions of that. I'll tell you, they wouldn't be bad kids anymore.
Yeah, it's called getting spanked.
Oh
Yeah.
no, but this is with a leather
Ow.
strap, a leather
Ow.
strap, and I don't think that would feel very good on your backside because that would
Yeah.
probably make it pretty sore.
Hey,
Trust me.
hey, Jim. This kid, or not Jim, PvP.
Yo,
This kid's so fucked up that he might enjoy it.
he probably would actually. Yeah. After he's done with the sadism, he'll go on to the masochism, right, Gorilla?
Did you hear what she just called it? You missed it. She called him a bastard.
Well, that's good.
It's okay. It's probably true.
He probably
What are you
is. That's
doing,
probably
Daniel?
why it turned out this
Oh
way.
my
He probably,
God.
he probably
Oh.
ended up in an orphanage when his parents said, "Oh man, well, let's get rid of this kid."
Yeah, I can see why this movie's rated so low on Rotten Tomatoes.
Well,
Yeah.
it's got its good elements and it's got its not so good elements, and I could see why it's nowhere near as highly rated as the first film. Because
Well,
the
you
first
can't
film
always make a
moves
perfect
along.
10.
Well, the first film moves along pretty nicely and has a very, pretty much a good streamlined storyline. This film is a little more convoluted, I'm finding.
A lot of people don't like this movie, though. I don't know why. It's not that
I
bad.
think it's okay. I gave the first movie 4.5, and I'm kind of heading towards 3 stars tonight, depending on how it ends, but I'm kind of thinking of around 3 stars.
And I think
right.
because of the kid, I'm giving it 2.5 stars.
Well,
All
yeah, that
I didn't realize he
think
was
of it,
such a
yeah.
bastard.
he's really
kid.
creepy. Yeah.
Oh man, he's a kid. He's your preteen's worst nightmare. You do not want your children to turn out like him, Gorilla. Let's just say that.
Well, there's one less drug dealer to worry about.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Actually, he got
remember
exactly
when I
what he
saw this.
deserved.
Give it a day. He'll be
Yeah.
back.
He'll be back.
All right. Fermented Cinema says these days there are no good or bad guys. Everyone loses.
yeah,
Well,
and
The audience has certainly been losing for a number of years now. That's for damn
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
And
and
Fermented
from-
Cinema.
and from
Okay, I
my-
guess this is the brain transplant scene. I'm just going to step away for
yes,
a
it
minute or
is.
two.
Yes,
Yeah,
it is.
it is.
Hey,
Okay, I'll be back in a minute.
Sure,
I just hope that you and Gorilla have a strong stomach for this scene.
Oh, I
well,
do.
I'm trying to read the chat here. Fermented Cinema says life causes cancer and death. Hey, hey, sit down. Do you want to read this one?
These days they use the strap on with kids. I hope I read it right.
Let me read this one. I like Robocop
Yet
too.
another government list we are now on.
Yeah, Fermented says he likes Robocop 2. 3 out of 5 stars is where he's at too. Some of the
So
best
am I.
Robocop scenes ever, but it's also a little disjointed. I had to kind of agree, but my scoring was just a little bit less. Frack that stuff. Yuck.
Yeah. Frack that stuff. Ah.
You know the sequel that they want to do for RoboCop? They actually want to do Amazon wants to do a sequel. They're ignoring this movie, this one, and the third one.
Yeah,
Well,
a big mistake. It's a big mistake because the third one was supposed to have Weller in it, Daniel. But then what happened was, I just explained it to the guys. He decided to do a better movie. So because RoboCop 3, which came out in 1993, which fits the 3-year time frame it takes to make them. He decided to do the other movie, and that's why he's not in the third one. So
Yeah,
that's
they got
probably why they're not. Yeah.
But how is he still alive in that tank?
Well,
never
remember, it's
explained.
supposed to be futuristic. Yeah.
It's never
Supposed to be
explained.
futuristic. Yeah.
But anyways, you know what? Number 2 and number 3 weren't that bad.
Oh,
They weren't
please.
that good.
This one's pretty good. Number 3, very, very iffy.
Yeah,
Number
I would
3
say,
fits more along the lines of the television series.
Now this
Yeah,
guy
If
is
it was
a
made
real.
as the pilot to the TV series, that would have been much better.
Yeah. Now this guy that did these, he was a real. What do they call those guys that know how to bend their legs and do that stuff? That's a real guy that did that.
What the hell is this? Deviant fiddling sessions? Like, what the hell did I just see there?
no, it's called a fundraiser. They're trying to save the city from going into
They're trying to
bankruptcy.
save the city.
Yeah.
And seeing a guy
violin.
and seeing a guy play the fiddle that could also kiss his ass goodbye at a nuclear war situation is a good thing. Like, I'm just wondering.
Hey, PvP,
Hey, he's
look,
scraping the bottom of the barrel here.
Sounds like it. Looks like it. Yeah. Yeah. By the way, forewarning, I got to pull out in about 6 minutes and get my laundry out of the fucking dryer. So just warning you.
All right.
I'll probably miss the big action explosive scene at the end, but oh well.
Oh, I still got 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. We're good then. Excellent. Awesome.
Yeah, we have 42 minutes left.
Hey, Forbet Simmons says ignore Robocop 3, but don't ignore Robocop 2. We're going to do all 4 of them.
Exactly.
Are you
There
taking
are
a break
only
next
3.
Sunday, though, Gorilla, or are you going to do 3 and 4 over the next 2 weeks?
I was going to do 3 and 4. I thought over the next 2 weeks. Why?
Well, I'm just wondering. I don't know. Hearing about the 3rd and 4th one's quality, I'm not sure if I could, go through all 4 films without a little bit of a break halfway through.
No, PvP, you're going to love the reboot.
Daniel, you'll be in the minority with that opinion. I found the reboot okay.
The reboot was trash.
Dude,
Yeah,
had
the
Michael
reboot
There
Keaton.
is no RoboCop 4.
It had
There's
Michael Keaton.
RoboCop 1, 2, 3. There's RoboCop Prime Directives. There's RoboCop the television series. There are RoboCop the animated series, and there's a couple other iffy RoboCop cartoons.
Yeah.
That shit they made in, I believe it was 2014.
Yeah.
That doesn't count.
No, that doesn't count at all. That's the one that had Michael Keaton, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Michael Keaton. He was
Yeah.
awesome in that movie. He was like the head of OCP.
Michael Keaton is playing RoboCop.
No, he was playing the head of
did a
OCP.
reboot of RoboCop. He was the character that O'Hurley here is playing.
So who the fuck is there even a RoboCop in the 4th film?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
Is it any good though? Like, does the actor
Nah, he kind
pull
of
it
sucks.
off? Or?
Keaton's okay in it, but otherwise, yeah, the rest of it sucks.
Yeah, I
OCP
generally
is
don't
cool.
go for sequels, or I don't even go for sequels made back then, much less
Look at
now.
this.
But if they do reboots, I have no interest in reboots because they generally are awful.
PvP, I would tell you this. Well, I may be in the minority as well, just as Daniel, but the 2004 version is passable. It's not. I say it's passable, somewhat okay, but it's passable. The reboot is.
See, the thing is, I have such a long watch list to still watch, and I don't have as many years left as a lot of you guys, and I'm trying to maximize the quality. So if I hear a film is passable, then I'm thinking, okay, it's passable, so I will give it a pass if that makes any sense, you know?
Yeah.
Just
Yes.
saying. Because I could probably make a list of like 100 great films I've never seen that I really want to see, before I, shuffle off this mortal coil, so to speak. So, but that's why I thought, well, RoboCop 2 sounded reasonably decent, so I thought I'd give it a chance tonight. But I might just, I don't know, I might not bother with the 3rd and 4th ones, actually, Gorilla.
Well, I will tell you this, PvP. RoboCop 3 is pretty contendable for cringe stock, actually. Because RoboCop 3 is so bad, it's good. It's that bad of a movie.
Well, there's another one maybe for cringe stock, Gorilla.
There you go.
What happened happened to what happened to the actor? He didn't play RoboCop in the third movie, did he? He didn't. They changed it with some other actor, right? What was his name?
He had another project.
Yeah, Daniel.
They had another project that Weller was doing, so he didn't do 3.
Well,
Yeah,
it's like Mikey said, he was doing Naked Lunch at the time, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's right.
Yeah, they got some other guy. They got like some black belt guy, like some guy who was really
Robert
good
John
at martial
Burke.
arts.
Robert
What?
John Burke.
Yeah.
Never heard of him.
Yeah, he was the guy. In the third one, he the half man half robot took on ruthless developers who wanted to evict some people on their land. That was the third one.
Hmm.
Yeah, Robert John Burke was RoboCop as Robert Burke. Nancy Allen came back. She's the only one that came back. Then there was Rip Torn was the CEO. Mako played a guy named Kanemitsu, and let's see, CCH Pounder played Bertha. Stephen Root played Kunitz, and Daniel von Bargen played Moreno.
None of these names mean anything to me, Mikey. I don't recognize them.
Yeah, and director was Fred Decker.
I don't recognize that. These are all unknown names to me, and I think there's quite possibly a reason why, I'm guessing.
Yeah, but the bum who wrote this one also wrote the third one, Frank Miller of Sin City.
Okay. Well, Frank Miller, I guess, has written some decent stuff during his career.
Not really. Except
well, I don't know. It's a name, though. I remember the name Frank Miller from someplace years ago. Well, I gotta say, I just have a question, Mikey. Does Nancy Allen do any nude scenes in RoboCop 3?
Not that I'm aware of. No.
Okay, well, if she was doing a nude scene, I might actually give it a watch, but I'll probably pass.
Yeah. No, she did a nude scene. Like I said, she did a nude scene within the first 15 minutes of Carrie.
Carrie,
The
right?
original Carrie. Yeah,
I saw that. Actually, I saw that. I probably saw that in the, well, no, I probably didn't see it in the cinema. I would have been, even then, I would have been too young, I guess. But yeah, I'll have to check that out because I think Nancy, I think she's quite hot, actually.
Yeah. All right, let's see. Omnicast said RoboCop 3 is trash compared to 1 and 2, but you need to watch it.
Well, I would consider it, but I don't know.
Well, Gorilla, just do 3 as cringe stock then. Do RoboCop 3 as cringe stock.
Yeah, but we already got our cringe stock lined up here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we got we got UHF. I guess the next one.
Oh, guess who's at the door?
Oh, the next one is Death Row Game Show for Pickles.
Oh,
says,
okay.
Yeah, I need that shirt by Dryer back on.
Don't forget, I did nominate Freddy Gets Fingered too, because you asked for one there, so I gave you that one.
Yep, I know. The reboot was terrible. The series was good. Oh, they made a RoboCop series. Hey, Jerm, would you be up for watching that? Yeah, would you want to watch that on Saturdays here?
Sure.
Okay.
Instead of the reviews?
Yeah, because I'm doing with summer here, I want to be out on the lake, and it's hard to focus on the movie and fish at the same time.
I would say that this. I would say that this.
The reboot was watchable but forgettable. It holds nothing to RoboCop and even RoboCop 2. And he goes, Prime Directive is good too. I didn't know they made a Prime Directive.
Oh, that's Cain. That's Cain inside his brain is inside the body of the robot.
Yeah, and
Prime Directives is a series of is basically a mini series. I believe it's 3 or 4 different RoboCop movies. It introduces a second RoboCop. Not like this.
Yeah, and I would tell you this. Fans have a name for Cain's new form. They call him Robo Cain for his new form by fans.
Yeah, then Omnicast says he plays Bruce Wayne. He runs. Yeah, right, another project. He was on TV series like Law and Order. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They're all TV actors mostly. The kids' cartoon was interesting. Okay, so
If he just stayed, if this guy would just stay down, he would have survived.
Yeah.
I'd say the original cartoon was interesting. They have at least one or two more that are kind of iffy.
Yeah.
Ouch. And then boom.
How is he fucking still alive?
Yeah, how many lives that guy have?
How many lives? There was 58 deaths in this movie.
Yeah, but Mikey, they're asking, how did that person survive? I guess at least 8 shots through the chest and still get up.
Yeah, I'm not sure how. I mean, don't forget the same guy who did the cinematography also did it for Empire Strikes Back, and you know how badly stormtroopers shoot. So.
And here comes a little remembrance.
Oh yeah, Cain. Yeah, Cain betrays this woman for some reason.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought he liked her. I was like, why did you kill her?
Well, Daniel, he sort of did, because guess what? He's on a mission with OCP, and they said no witnesses, no survivors, kill all.
Survivors. Kill all. Yeah. There he is.
Yeah, I remember watching this as a kid. I was like, that's your girlfriend, bro.
Yeah, but he's under programming and orders, though, Daniel. He is right here.
No, I mean, he could have let her go, but he's just a crazy psychopath. That's why he killed her.
Yeah. Okay, PvP, I'll be right back. Yeah. By the way, guys, if you recognize some of the special effects in this film, you would see them 2 years later in The Lawnmower Man with Pierce Brosnan and Jeff Fahey.
Yeah.
The Stephen King movie. Yeah.
Yeah. And hey, Scurvy, how's it going?
Run, bitch! Run!
I still think it's cool for back then for 1990. Very cool effects. But then they modified those effects for the Lawnmower Man.
That was
even though Lawnmower Man sucked, it was still great for special effects.
Like, I was 3 years old when this movie came out. Wow.
You were only 3? Wow. Yeah. You poor boy.
So you're 10 years older than me, roughly, Daniel?
Yeah. I was born in 87.
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh, she's trying to get off. She's trying to get off.
That's it. You're toast, lady.
Oh.
Crunch.
Crunchy.
Oh, that's gotta hurt.
That's Crunchy Woman. Get that little 12-year-old. Get him. Get him.
Well, I do have a question. Will PvP be right back in time to see this kid get it, or will he be coming afterwards? He gets it, and we have to tell him what happens to the kid in the movie.
Uh-oh. He's in there.
And here the mayor escapes.
The mayor escapes. Look at how cowardly he is.
Well, Mikey, he's a politician. That's why.
Well, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah. He's a rat. Stewart is the perfect place for him.
Uh-oh.
Perfect race. Yep. Get him. Shoot him. Ah! Oh, yeah, he's in the sewer. Yay.
Ew.
That's where politicians belong, in the sewer.
So true.
And here comes Robocop. I wonder if PvP will be back in time just to see the scene that I want him to see with the kid.
That's what I mean. So I forgot. Does the kid get blown away, or he just survives?
Yeah, he was inside the thing. We never saw him get shot, but he was inside the truck. But wasn't that truck armored? Dude, the truck
was, it's armored, yes.
It was armored.
Armor
so
don't matter when it's 50 cal.
Right.
The bullets
That's
got
true.
to him.
Well, Cain probably had armor-piercing rounds in that gun, or he switched over to armor-piercing rounds.
Right. Okay, this is a cool gun battle scene between Cain and Cain and Robocop.
Yeah, later on in the movie, just don't spoil it, Mikey, please.
I'm not going to spoil it.
Mikey. I know you mean well, but for people that haven't seen the movie, try to keep the future scenes kind of vague, please, Mikey.
I will. I'll keep them vague.
Yeah, Mention Cinema says I was at the ripe old age of 5 when this film came out.
The ripe old age of 5. Wow. Let's see. How old was I? Oh, yeah. I was 25 when this came out. And I did go see it in the theater. Oh, he is gone. Oh, that's too bad.
Well, he's not. Well, he's on his last breath right now, basically.
Yeah.
My God, he was able to hold on this long? That's impressive.
Yeah. Oh my God, a movie that actually has the balls to kill a kid like that.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and
he broke him you know what he did? I think he broke him in half.
No. He got shot. He's probably shot in the lung area, probably, I'm guessing.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm going off of how high the shots were. Either upper lung area, lower lung area, or somewhere in his lung and kidney area probably he's shot.
Right. But now that he realizes that this kid, even the kid, is susceptible to this guy's insane killing spree, he's going to go after him even harder now.
I'm still amazed that a movie had the balls to do this, to a kid.
Yeah, well, I mean, they even had a public service announcement where he says, "Thank you for not smoking" in this movie. They had a public service announcement based from the movie where he says that to help kids stop smoking.
Yeah, and from what people say, they made this scene and try to make the kid sympathetic.
Yeah.
Oh boy, he's covering his own ass. What a wonderful idea.
Well, they got to cover his ass.
Wow. That's Givens, right?
Yeah.
Robin Givens. Yeah, so now this is in Houston, Texas, in downtown, where the city centrum is. And actually what they did was they changed this later on to the Houston Spectrum. That's where the Houston Rockets played their basketball games on the same site. Hi, Dan. That's Dan O'Herlihy. Whee!
Oh, like you guys are any better?
Here's Dr. Fax.
Yeah, one of the villains of the movie.
Yes.
And she hates Robocop.
Oh, yeah, she hates Robocop.
You know what? It's kind of funny that this movie kind of comes up with the idea of what the W. I'm trying to think of the name they use in the higher up of the squares. The WEF. Yeah, the WEF uses this idea when it comes to their idea of democracy. In other words, shareholder capitalism for what they say nowadays.
Oh, this is very different from what the World Economic Forum pushes.
You sure about that?
World Economic Forum is non-corporate oligarchy. They're basically feudalists. They don't believe in private enterprise. They don't believe in democracy. They believe in government by the elite few without possibility of change and no private enterprise.
Did you hear that right there?
Yeah.
That's sort of my point.
Yeah, but that's not how the World Economic Forum operates.
Right.
All right.
Believe me, I've been following the World Economic Forum for well over a decade. They are basically, they run the exact same way that medieval Europe was.
Gabi says Dallas, no. Then resistance is feudalist.
Here he comes.
Credits. Well, the mirror knows he's toast right now. That's why he's reacting like that.
His film, Omni saying it is filmed in Dallas, not Houston.
Okay.
Curious to stop him.
You know, I did comment on one of these scenes on YouTube about how RoboCop in the future scenes is like a lone guardian facing a demon that's destroying his city. What do you think about the analogy I did for RoboCop?
Not too bad.
Because it is sort of true too. Because what is Cain to ordinary people? A so-called robotic monstrosity demon, and RoboCop is the hero that they know for a few years now.
Uh-oh, you shouldn't have pulled out the nuke. Big mistake.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, and the old man does not know that Cain is a drug addict. And here shows the therapist's true feelings. What a wonderful idea. Keep the remote within range of him. The only obstacle in Cain's way is RoboCop. Ouch, that's gotta hurt for RoboCop. Oh, now he's being the dad of both of them. They're not listening to me. What do I do?
So, Mythbusters proved that a sniper can shoot into a sniper's, their glass, their lens, and
their scope. Their scope.
Yeah, the scope. Yes. Mythbusters proved you can. It is feasibly possible to aim a weapon into a sniper's scope and kill them through the scope with a bullet. It is feasible.
I thought it was just in movies.
No, it's feasible. You can actually kill someone that way, Daniel.
Possible, but extraordinarily hard.
Yes, because I
love this.
Very clever.
It's like,
that was a very clever way for Robocop to escape him. Very clever.
He's trying to hang on.
And now he's running up the elevator shaft. Robocop sees it or hears it.
Yeah. There he comes.
To a point, fermented. And Robocop has always been likened to a Western movie.
Yeah.
At least Robocop 1 anyway.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And fermented says even modern private enterprises these days have become feudal, like just a few mega corporations that control everything. Yeah. Then I would guess the Robocop 1 anyway. Okay. Gotta get back to work, guys. Enjoy the rest of the film. Here. Have a good night, fermented cinema. And Boomer is lurking.
Ooh, he's gonna feel that tomorrow.
I think they're both gonna feel it tomorrow.
Well, Robocop more so than Cain, though, probably. He feels
Oh yeah,
it right
more
now.
likely. Yeah, but look how Robo's is kind of climbing out of that refuse, and the other one is barely functioning.
For the moment.
Yeah.
Well, did I miss too much?
Now we go into round 3.
Well, you missed the beginning of the fight.
Okay.
Yeah, you missed the beginning of the fight, but this is a really cool last part.
Oh yeah, it's speaking of which, do you want to tell PvP what happened to the kid if he doesn't mind spoilers since we passed that part already? Ouch, that's gotta hurt.
Oh wow.
Uh-oh.
Ouch! Ouch! Ouch!
The CGI on this sucks.
Ouch! Yeah, that's some cool CGI and early stuff.
Yeah.
Is
Now,
that CGI,
CGI
or
closer to claymation.
Is that
Yeah.
CGI or stop motion?
Right. Yeah, that's some stop motion.
And like a gas line right there. Well, boom.
Yeah, gas line.
Ouch.
Wow. Yep.
That was an actual gas line. That was taking out more than just that.
Wow, look at Robo. He's still alive, even after a gas leak explosion.
And like, I'm not be surprised if Robocop says, "I'm too old for this shit."
That would be cool.
That's probably what Peter Weller was thinking by this point, and why he said, "Yeah, there's other things I'd rather do."
Uh-oh.
No, Peter Weller was supposed to come back for a third one.
Uh-oh.
But, no, he just
Damn,
canceled
that
it.
thing's still alive. Wow.
Hey, Mikey, do
I
you
thought
think? Did you hear that Peter Weller was supposed to come back for a RoboCop 3 a few years ago?
He was, but then he decided to take a role in The Naked Lunch in 1991. So because it was going to interfere with the film production schedule of RoboCop 3, he declined the role and he walked away from it. That's why Robert Burt did it in the third one.
No, I know that, but I'm saying a couple years ago, he was supposed to be in another one. They were supposed to revive it.
I think he's probably
Now,
getting
if
way
they
too
revive
old.
it, Weller's not. Weller's
How
not
old?
going
How
to
old?
live.
How old is Weller? I think he's probably a little bit past doing RoboCop movies.
He wasn't considered for the main role. He would have been a secondary character.
Well, that's probably a reason he rejected it. I'd say fuck that.
I would reject it that way.
I would say that Peter Weller, he's probably still kicking. He's probably somewhere in his 70s or 80s now. I don't know his exact age. He's probably in his late 70s, probably.
I'm sure Mikey could quickly look that up for us, eh, Mikey?
But I'm pretty sure he can come back.
How old is Peter Weller?
Peter Weller? Okay, I can check that.
Peter Weller is 76.
There you go.
Yeah, he could come. He could
Yeah,
come back.
I think at 76, you're probably a little bit over the hill for action films.
Well,
he'll be turning. He'll be turning 77 on June 24th.
Well, the thing is, he's probably past the point where he has any interest in doing this kind of film. I think an actor wants to do something with a little more depth after a while than this kind of stuff. You know.
Well, yeah, but
he's
look
past
at
acting.
He
doesn't act anymore.
He was born in Stevens Point, Wisconsin. He married his personal girlfriend on his 59th birthday, his longtime girlfriend, actress Sherry Stowe, at the Santa Maria Assunta Church in Positano, Italy.
And PvP, just to answer your question or to give you an idea, Peter Weller could return for a revival or for a new movie of RoboCop, but he probably will just play. He probably will have it mainly a body double in the suit to cover the action scenes for him, and to carry the robot suit mainly probably.
Oh yeah,
that's what they do
possibly
nowadays.
could.
Yeah, I also remember that he appeared in the Showtime series Dexter. He was in an episode of that. I remember. Okay.
Well, my point is an actor.
Oh,
that's gotta hurt. That's gotta hurt.
Nice.
My point was, so actors often will be, fine doing action movies earlier in their career, but maybe as they get older, they kind of want to move into something with a little more serious, dramatic depth to it than an action movie.
Drama.
Is what I would, what a lot of actors do, right?
Yeah, drama.
Yeah, worthless.
Yeah,
stuff.
something with more, meat on the bone, so to speak. Something with a little more of a complexity, a little more of a story than just a simple shoot 'em up, right?
Yeah.
Well, sometimes shooter upper movies do have some pretty good depth to them if you know where to look for it.
Some movies do,
and
but often
dramatic stuff is a lot more shallower than people like to think,
and a lot of it isn't.
Guys, here he comes again.
Well, it depends on the writer and their skill on writing that stuff.
Well, I've seen enough movies to know when something can be just a basically dramatic film that can be damn good. So,
yeah,
you don't always need robots and ray guns to have a good film. Is what I'm saying. Even though that's a lot of fun and I do enjoy it.
RoboCane's one weakness.
Yeah, the drug.
But tell me, with that much running in its system, would he actually kill himself, or does the robotics actually compensate for all the drug that's got running inside the system? That's a lot of drug for his brain, though it is.
It's a lifetime
but let's see what happens with it.
He gets so high off it, right there. And he's distracted by it, too.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like what were the Jemadar or whatever in Deep Space Nine? Like they were the drug soldiers, right?
Yes.
So it kind of reminds me of the Jemadar type of idea where the drug could actually work against them at times too.
No, Cain's just an addict. The Jemadar needed the Ketracel White to live.
Well, yeah, they were more complex than this, but yeah.
Yeah. RoboCop has always been likened to a Western movie. Okay.
I don't really see the Western thing that deeply personally, but
Okay. And Boomer says have my audio off. Can't keep guys. He goes, a futile maneuver. Incorrect strategy, number one. He said, CGI, was it stop motion? Okay.
Yeah, and this part always bugged people and fans of the movie. If he actually take out the brain of that robot,
Oh, gory.
Destroy his brain.
Yeah.
Oh, there
yeah,
we go.
That is just terrible.
That's so cool how he died.
Yeah, you think that would have ended it right there. Like, I don't even know why he's lasting this long. Oh, there we go. He's offline.
Well, you had to have the drama.
That's true. You always got to have the drama. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he falls over.
And he's dead.
Well, the robot is deactivated.
You three need to die.
Oh, don't worry. I think they'll have their comeuppance coming.
So is Robocop going to come and say, "You guys have committed crimes. You must come with me"?
Well,
or
PvP,
some such line.
Well, how should I put this? They're too well connected, and they just say here. You probably could put two and two together, PvP, on who they're going to pin the blame on now.
Yeah, I think I'm getting the picture here.
In other words, they get away scot-free, and she's the scapegoat.
Yeah, I was thinking she would be the scapegoat. Yeah.
Yes.
To be fair, it's mostly her fault. She's the one who decided that criminal would be a perfect choice.
The assholes on top always have plan B for the scapegoat to come in when it's needed, though, it seems.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, I've seen that happen in real life. I have seen that happen in real life, too.
Well, you both are criminals. The corporation and himself is a criminal. The problem with deeply connected people is that you can't touch them.
Well, it says a lot about his character when he steps over an injured woman like she's a piece of garbage.
And then
We're only human. Good line.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And that's it.
Wasn't bad, but the first one was better.
Well, it usually is anyway.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with my rating of, I'm going to give it, I don't know, it's like 2.5 to 3 stars for me right now. I'm not sure which, but it was mediocre. I'd say it's a mediocre film. It's worth a watch, but I will never watch it again because I don't need to.
I think I would have agreed with you, PvP. If you said 2.5 out of 5, I'm sticking with that. I'm sticking with that on my scale, and I'll give it a low C-.
Yeah, that's probably about where I'd land.
Yeah.
By the way, what happened to that evil kid? Did he get wasted or not?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, he died.
Shit. Damn, I missed the best part of the movie.
I know, but that's okay. He was trying to be nice to him, going, "Oh, I'm sorry I did all this, blah, 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 blah." Yeah, but then he dies.
No, that's good. Well, I got to say laundry's more important anyway, because the real world is always a bit more important than the fantasy world, right? So,
Yes, sir, it is. Real life is more important.
Yeah, for my rating, I give this movie a solid 3, and if you're going with letters, I give it a solid C.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, I would.
What about you? What do you give it?
10 B-.
You gave it a B-, Germ? Okay. What about you, Daniel? Daniel's Hot Topics.
Are you at the mic, Daniel?
Daniel, wake up!
Earth to Daniel.
Earth to Daniel.
I'm gonna give it a B+.
Phantom Boomer says not a bad movie. Okay. Why don't you give it, Gorilla?
Brand, brain. What is brain?
What is brain?
Boomer says I like. The Phantom Boomer Explorer says I like brainless entertainment. And he gives a B. I give it a B plus. I thoroughly enjoying the whole movie.
Oh, that's
Okay.
good. You know what? Brainless Entertainment would have been a great name for a production company, would it not? I would, if I could copyright that and form a. If I was a multimillionaire and I could form a studio, I would call my studio Brainless Entertainment, and I'd run with it.
PvP, it's already taken. Only they switched it to Disney.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, well, in spirit they're brainless, but you know what I mean. I would actually name it Brainless Entertainment because I think that would be a hilariously funny name for a production company. Well, by the way, speaking of Disney, you don't want to know what they're up to with Doctor Who, guys. You really don't.
No, I don't know. No, don't say
BBC. I thought BBC owned Doctor Who.
Well, Disney is basically taking it over apparently in the UK.
They have broadcast rights. It's still produced by BBC.
And they just got the lowest ratings ever for a Doctor Who episode the other day, just over 2 million. They barely scraped over 2 million.
Hey, PvP, you want to read this one?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, sorry, PvP. I had it first. See you in court. Okay, serve me the papers. Just send it to me. We'll hash it out.
Hey, Boomer, I got his address, so I can tell you where to send the papers.
You do not have my address.
Are you sure about that?
Well, no, I'm not sure, but I'm willing to bet $1 that you don't.
Yeah, there's also what was that?
Oh God.
That group that Robert Rodriguez calls his studios, Troublemaker Studios. That's so hilarious. But it's a great studio company.
Well, it's like so many, especially on films over the last 20 years, it's like they have like 5 or 6 production companies at the start of the credits. It's like ridiculous after a while, right? And most of them are really bland, boring, production company names with no imagination to them. So if I was actually ever in the position that I could actually start, producing films, I would definitely go for something crazy like Brainless Entertainment, because it's like, why not, right? Have some fun.
Hey, Omni, thank you for joining us too, brother. We had fun. We had a lot of fun with this tonight. We really did.
Yeah, I didn't know if I'd have the time, but then I thought, well, I can do laundry while I'm watching this, so that'll work out okay. So I thought, what the fuck, I'll have to join in and don't want to let Gorilla down too many times because I have missed a few streams, so
Well, I felt like I let you down, PvP, with your birthday stream of the Warriors. I'm sorry.
No, not at all. Not at all. I was actually kind of, I got to say this past week, Thursday, Friday, when Gorilla did my birthday stream Thursday, and then Jill did the one on Friday morning. It's like I was kind of overwhelmed by how many well wishes I got. How many people were wishing me happy birthday over those 2 days. It was amazing, actually.
Brother, we love you, damn it.
I wasn't expecting it though. I really wasn't. I thought, well, I'll certainly get some people wishing me. But I mean,
no, we really do enjoy you. We enjoy your company, PvP, and you're a good friend. So thank you for being our friend over the year that you've been with me. So thank you.
Yeah, I must have got at least 15 or 20 people wishing me a happy birthday. So it was pretty cool, actually. I really appreciated it, and it was fun. Lots of fun.
Yeah, but who is this Ian Runkle and Viva Frey? Who the heck are those people?
Who? What?
Phantom Boomer says, I will engage Ian Runkle and Viva Frey. You are in deep duty.
I have no idea what the fuck he's talking about.
Those are law tubers.
Oh, okay. They have the lawgivers. Okay.
Why not check out Legal Eagle, another legal YouTuber?
Yeah, there you go.
Well, I'm sure this is actually just in fun anyway, so I'm not too worried.
Yeah, I know.
It's not like I'm going to actually form a fucking production company called that anytime soon anyway. So
well, I was.
Well,
go ahead, man.
Don't give the people that want to start a company ideas on YouTube because they will steal it from you.
Yeah, right.
Well, they can actually go ahead and steal it because I'm never going to be a millionaire, so I ain't going to be making movies anytime soon.
Yeah, I think that Shatner should have created his own company after he did Double Dumbass on You for Star Trek 4. I think you should have called it Double Dumbass Productions.
That would have been pretty good, actually. Yeah, I guess.
One. Yeah.
I don't know what Shatner's currently doing, but it seems like at 93 he's still busy doing something, right?
Oh my God, the dude looks like he's 73. Honestly, he just does not look his age.
And I see him on Twitter all the time posting, stuff like he's been posting. Have you guys noticed the last week on Twitter? He's been posting stuff he's put up in his online auction, trying to raise money.
Yeah, stuff that he's going to sell from the original series and some other shit.
Yeah, he put up his original series, a signed script the other day for one of the episodes, and he's putting up stuff all week. And I guess it's some kind of charity. I don't know if it's an animal rescue charity or something like that.
It's some kind of charity, but like involving maybe pet rescue or something like that. But I mean,
or maybe
it's just,
something with horses. Yeah,
it's his horse recovery charity. He's been running it for 30 years.
Yeah, okay.
Since
I thought
Rescue 911.
Yeah.
Oh, Rescue 911. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So
he's been running it for a very long time.
But it's some expensive stuff, Jerome. Like really expensive.
Well, it's nice of him to do that, though. I mean, I always had respect for Shatner. I always thought he was just a hardworking actor, basically. And all those people that criticize him, hate him, do those silly Shatner parodies of his voice, which I think is mostly bullshit, because he might have sounded like that in a couple of episodes that really sucked. And I think he just got bored, and that was his way of protesting, just to go into like the weird vocal stuff. But most episodes, he's a very good actor, very subtle. He doesn't do all that weird vocal crap at all in most of the ones I've watched over the years. I can't think of any offhand, actually. So
yeah,
I think Shatner gets a lot of hate he doesn't deserve. That's what I'm trying to say. I think he's a good man.
I like one of his funny things where he says, "But I'm from Canada, not USA."
Yeah, but see, I don't remember him ever talking like that in an episode. Maybe one or two bad ones, but even then, I can't remember it.
Yeah.
Wow, look at this.
Disgusting.
Who wants to read this?
All right, let's look at. Did we cover the other?
We're to boomers. Everything else has already been covered.
Everything's been covered.
Oh, thank you for this, Hobby Casper. Tell us we did a great job. You're always welcome on my panel if you ever want to come up.
It says Godzilla vs. Kong. Forbidden Romance, a joint production of Mindless Entertainment and Double Dumbass Productions.
That would be great, actually. Yeah,
that'd be awesome.
I'd actually probably, even on those production names alone, I might go and give a movie a chance. I gotta say.
Yeah.
Well, they're honest, at least.
Yeah, and Fidgety says, "Oh, look, it's Daniel."
And
you're
welcome, Omni.
Omni says, "Thanks, bro." All right.
Oh, and speaking of which, Daniel, are you there, or are you still away from your mic?
Dan flew. Daniel. Deadpool 3. Hello.
Daniel.
He's away at the moment.
Yeah, he's probably away.
Okay. All right.
I just got to say, I'm glad Daniel never went into a career doing air traffic control. I'm just saying.
Where is the plane, Daniel? I don't know. I left it somewhere over Portland. It could be in the ocean by now, damn it.
Yeah, he probably has something to do on the side right now.
Yeah,
I hope so.
No, he usually
either that or he just thinks we're all a bunch of boring idiots and he's ignoring us.
No, he sometimes has to step away there.
Well, like I did for my laundry, so we all have our reasons, do we not?
Real life, as we all said.
Right. It's just like when Mikey has to mute himself to deal with that 18th million fire alarm of the week. It's like
yeah, that's the fire alarm.
Oh, jeez.
Or when Jim says to me when I walk away on a stream and I have to do the man business, he says, "Oh God, Mikey had to go pee again." Shit. Jim, you have to go more than me, damn it.
Hey, that's when he just gets a clip going, Georgia.
Yeah, I've always been blessed that way. I must have a big bladder because I don't have to go too often, which comes in handy when you're going to like a concert or a sporting event or something. So that helps a lot.
Hey, there you are, Daniel. So Daniel, welcome back. What was your grade on this movie, and how much out of 5 stars?
I would give it an 8.
8 out of 10. Okay.
Yeah.
And what was your grade? Your grade A, B, C. What?
I would probably give it a B, to be generous.
Sounds about right. Probably around what the Germ just said, and I guess Gorilla did say too, right? Gorilla, you said about a B.
You know, I always thought actually, maybe I shouldn't give any spoilers because if I say something, I might spoil the next movie. So maybe I shouldn't. But
movie's over right now. You can say whatever.
Oh,
yeah,
well, okay.
Right now you can say whatever.
You know, the old man didn't appear in the third one, right? I always wondered what happened to him. They kind of had a slight mention, like the black guy mentioned the old man and said,
Daniel, it's kind of sort of explained that the actor that replaced the old man from the second one to the third one, that's actually the old man in name only. In name only. So and the actor that was in the first 2 movies, either he read the script, he thought it was terrible, he did not want to come back, or he had scheduling conflicts, or one of those 2.
Well, he actually didn't agree. I actually read it, Dan, and what it was is that Dan O'Hurley, that's the old man, he actually read the script from Frank Miller, because don't forget, Frank Miller wrote the script for Robocop 3, and they were going to have O'Hurley come back, but because he read the script and said, no, Ray, so that's why they got Rip Torn to replace him. So Rip Torn is basically O'Hurley's part in Robocop 3. So, yeah.
It doesn't say a lot about Frank Miller as a writer, does it? Like, it seems like there was problems with this
he
film.
writes like shit.
Yeah.
He's a comic book guy. He never set out to write movies. He writes a bunch of comic books.
That's what I remember from is the comic books. But he wasn't bad as... He was decent as a comic book writer, was he not? Back in the day?
He's very good as a comic book writer.
Yeah, he's great as a comic book writer for Sin City and that stuff, but then when he translates it to movie writing, he's a piece of shit.
He couldn't do it.
He only knows comics. Yeah,
most of his TV credits are just credits because he wrote the 300 credits he has. He did not write the scripts for 300. He wrote the graphic novel.
Yeah.
So he gets writer credit for that. Same
with
the
for 300. For the soldiers and stuff.
That's why I remember.
He actually had zero to do with the actual making of those movies.
That's why I remember him as being a good writer for his work in comic books and stuff. Because I do remember back in the day, he was a big name when he was doing comics, right? Like he was quite well thought of back then.
Yes, he was.
But I guess sadly his talent could not translate into writing screenplays. Apparently,
I think he got roped into it.
Yeah,
he really didn't have interest in it. He may have needed a paycheck, or someone said, "Hey, you should try this," and he got voted into writing in a few movie scripts or TV scripts. He said, "I don't like doing this. I'm going back to doing stuff I'm good at and I like."
Was his comic career waning when he started doing movies, or not?
No.
Yeah, when he started doing movie screenplays, he was usually considered the third cog in a wheel. Because for each of these 3 Robocop films, they required 3 writers. And Frank Miller usually was the third cog. But when the other 2 writers couldn't write crap and they didn't know what to put together, they left it to Frank Miller. So they left Frank Miller holding the bag, in effect, to write the remainder of the script. And that's why when you heard in the second film, Kershner was pulling out scripts. He was pulling out pages and pages that Frank Miller had wrote. He said, "This is bullshit. I'm not going to do
that." That must drive any director nuts, having to do that while they're filming.
So I felt for Frank Miller because he was basically the scapegoat. He was the scapegoat.
So you're basically saying Miller was left with a turd that he had to polish and try to make it shiny.
And try to make it like Ulster.
Because I've heard of that story before, where basically somebody that's good is handed a turd to work with, and it's like you can only polish a turd so much, but it's still going to be a turd, right? So
it's still going to be crap.
And
essentially they're asking a great sous chef to go bake a cake. That's not their wheelhouse.
Yeah,
right.
He was doing it to cover for maybe he needed a paycheck. Maybe he is covering for a friend.
Could be.
It wasn't his primary idea to do that sort of stuff.
You're right, Omni. Turd Ferguson. Yes.
Yeah, plus from what I hear, Frank Miller, either his brain snapped, unless this is gossip on his end, but his brain snapped and he became Cocoa for Cocoa Puffs later on in his life, unless that's just a gossip that gave Miller a bad reputation, unless that is true, what happened, sort of, roughly.
Well, Phantom Boomer's right that he wrote the screenplay for Sin City, which I think is a pretty damn good film, and I mean, and he got to co-direct, so that's okay. But I mean, like, over time, he's relied upon and required to complete these other scripts, and like after the first one, which was okay, but I mean, like the last two, he was just basically left holding the bag and said, "Hey, I want you to do this and to rewrite all this." And of course, the two directors, even Decker in the third one, they were tearing out the script book and saying, "What is this POS? It's like, why are you writing this crap?" So I feel bad for Frank Miller in that way, because I did like the direction he did for Sin City. So
yeah, the first Sin City is a good one.
The first Sin City,
Game to Kill 4 is not.
It's okay. It's meh.
Well, then tell me, you guys must love the movie called The Spirit that he directed and wrote.
It's actually pretty good.
Actually, the Spirit is based on a very, very old comic book series. Actually, Dan.
Oh, much older.
He did a revival of that in.
That's the original. The guy that created the Spirit is a guy called Will Eisner, and he was a brilliant comic artist, story writer. I mean, I had collections of some of those Spirit comics years ago. I've sold them off since then. I kind of wish I hadn't, but the artwork that Eisner came up with, the drawing style, the way he would connect panels together, the dialogue, the characters, it was all highly intelligent stuff. And his art form, the way he could put panels together in a comic book, that it was very cinematic. I thought it was almost kind of like watching a movie, turning the pages. And the Spirit was a fabulous character. Like,
but the movie sucked. Yeah, it did suck them.
I wish they could have done something really with that character, like done a good quality series or something. But if you have the right creative talent, it could have been fabulous, because the Spirit is an awesome character.
Yeah, it just didn't work. And hello, Jedi Bill. How you doing?
Hey, Bill. Jedi Bill, how's it going? I hope you're doing well tonight.
Yeah.
And
Eisner created it. And then the movie sucked. Yeah.
I think towards the end of his life, he got some really big awards. I can't remember specifically, but I think he got a lot of accolades in his later years, because I think he lived into his 90s. Like, I think he was quite old when he passed away, not that many years ago.
The American cartoonist and writer Will Eisner. Okay. Right. He created the Spirit in 1940.
Yeah, long time ago.
And his series lasted from 1940 to 1952. And it was noted for its experiments in content and form. And then in 1978, he's the one who popularized the term graphic novel.
He was a very influential guy in the comic book industry, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, it says here that Eisner died January 3rd, 2005, in Lauderdale Lakes, Florida, of complications from a quadruple bypass surgery performed December 22nd, 2004. DC Comics held a memorial service in Manhattan's Lower East Side, a neighborhood Eisner often visited in his work, at the Angel Orisons Foundation on Norfolk Street.
He was very revered in the comics industry. How old was he, by the way, when he passed, Mikey, if you have that?
When he passed in, let's see.
2004,
okay, so he died January 3rd, 2005. So He was, I believe he was 65 when he died.
65? No, he must be older than 65 because he was doing the
Oh, no,
Spirit
I'm sorry. I take that back.
He wasn't writing the Spirit and drawing it when he was in diapers, Mikey. Come on.
No, that's too funny. Stop. No, he died at the age of 87.
87. Oh, that sounds closer to it. Yeah, that makes sense.
87. Sorry. I didn't mean to say 60.
Now I'm picturing Will Eisner drawing the Spirit in diapers. Oh, jeez, Mikey. Oh, man. But I do love those comics. The Spirit was, I think it's one of the best comics ever made. Like, just the visual style of it is fabulous.
Yes. Boomer, you're right. And Wally Wood, yes. That's another one.
Oh, Wally Wood. There's another legend we can talk about. Yeah.
All right. So, Boomer here says the Spirit movie sucked, though.
Yes.
Then he also said Eisner, Wally Wood, a couple of all-time greats.
They really were masters. They were masters of their art.
Well, you know who actually learned from them? Stan Lee.
I'm not surprised, actually. I'm not surprised.
Stan Lee learned from Eisner. In fact, it was the guy. What was the name of the guy who wrote the first Superman? That was the writer who was able to pen for Superman.
Oh gosh!
And then Stan Lee was able to learn from that guy who penned for Superman, Jerry. What was his name again? Jerry
30 Superman, wasn't that Siegel and Schuster or some guys like that?
Yeah, right. Jerry Siegel. That's it. So,
one of them was Canadian, by the way.
Yes, that's right.
So much pride you have PvP for them, don't you?
What's that?
So much pride you must have for them for one of them being Canadian, huh?
Well, you know.
Well, he has pride. He's a native Canadian. I'm not.
Well, I gotta say,
not.
As a Canadian that was, born and bred, Canadian born in this country, I do find it a little bit annoying at times that Canada does not get the recognition it often deserves for many, many things it's contributed to the world. Because, I kind of feel like, Canada might as well be like on the moon somewhere because we often just get ignored pretty much, right? And we've contributed so many major things to the world. I'm not going to go on about it tonight, but
we're the only country that has 240 total vending machines in the entire country.
Oh, is that it? Well, I actually haven't seen a vending machine in a while, come to think of it. So
I know, that's why I'm saying.
How do you only have 240 vending machines? There's twice that in a damn football stadium.
Are you sure that's accurate, Mikey? Because
it's accurate. I read it. It said 240 total. That's what it said.
Shit. I mean, we got over 30 million people in the country.
Yeah,
Toronto's huge.
Toronto and Ottawa and some in Vancouver, and that's it. They don't have any machines.
We used to have them
anywhere else in the country. Scattered if they did, but not.
Come to think of it, I haven't seen one in a while. Shit, maybe you're right.
That's what I'm saying.
We used to have them everywhere.
Are they illegal?
Well, it's kind of like, when's the last time you saw a phone booth, right? I guess maybe they're just becoming obsolete.
Well, the prices at the vending machine are always higher than at a gas station. I'd rather just go to the gas station.
Oh, maybe that's what family.
That sounds about right.
That could be a different number then.
240 per person.
Per capita.
Well, PvP, I would tell you this to not spark your temper too much, but America and Canada, America is always the flashy big brother, and Canada is always the quiet little brother that doesn't like to show off very much.
Well, you do have a population 10 times bigger than ours, so that makes sense, right?
Yes.
I think there's a difference. Like, I mean, as much as I, love my American brothers that I've come to appreciate over the last few years hanging out in our community here, and I think you guys are great. I think Americans can be definitely more flashy. They can be a little more loud and, a little more verbal in their, their expressions. Canadians tend to be a little more subdued, a little more reserved. I think that's kind of a national character we have because, I mean, I go about my day-to-day, weekly, life, going out and grocery shopping or doing whatever the hell I got to do, going out in the world, and people here are usually pretty nice to each other. Like, I only rarely, I think in my whole life, I've only seen 2 or 3 times when a couple of people got into arguments and came close to blows. And that was only in the last couple of years during the whole virus thing happening, right? When people were getting highly stressed. So it's very rare to see it actually happen in the street here. So I think Canadians by nature are just kind of people that just kind of get along with each other. It's just the way it is here. That's just reality, right? So
Okay, so here's
That's
here's
why we
what I'm
call you
looking at.
Stepford America.
Yeah, okay, so
well, you can
here's
call us anything you want to.
okay, so it says here that as of June 2023, there were a total of 68 vending machine operators in the Canadian province of Ontario alone. In all of Canada, there were approximately 240 vending machine operators.
Okay, so not the machines companies that run the machines.
Right. Well, yeah, not just machines. We're talking about operators that run the machines. According to this here, it says Ontario is the largest province in terms of population, and so it has a significant number of vending machines. Quebec is another populous province, and they likely have a substantial vending machine presence. And then Alberta, which is known for its economic activity, likely has vending machines in workplaces, recreational areas, and transportation hubs. Now, in British Columbia, it says with its scenic beauty and urban centers, British Columbia will most likely host their vending machines in tourist spots, offices, and schools. And then the other provinces just have varying numbers of vending machines serving their local communities and travelers. So
Yeah, the other provinces actually are much small population wise, Mikey.
yeah,
So
like Saskatchewan, Prince Edward Island, all that.
yeah,
stuff.
it's basically like, okay, Ontario's the biggest province geographically and population. Quebec is number 2 on both of those. British Columbia is third place on both of those. I think Alberta would come in fourth probably. So it makes sense that those 4 provinces have the most vending machine activity. That would make
Yes.
sense to me. But
Yeah.
it's interesting because we used to have vending machines everywhere here, but I can't think of when I've seen one recently, come to think of it. So,
Well,
but the
they
weird
have
thing is, this is the tourist town though, because there's a lot of tourism here in the winter for the ski hills, because the skiing is big here in the winter. And then in the summer, we got all kinds of summer tourists flocking to the local lake here, right? So it's pretty much a tourist town in a lot of ways, even though there is a high tech sector, doing computer programming and stuff also. And it's a lot of
right.
service industry stuff as well, Mikey. So
Yeah.
there must be vending machines. I
Or-
just probably haven't been around where I've seen any lately.
Yeah. Well, Daniel
Or-
is isolated in an area, like he says, he's in Bellwood. So maybe that's true that he hasn't seen a machine since 2004 because of the isolation. I know here in Scarborough, where we are, we don't have as many vending machines, but we do have some. I mean, they're here and there. But if you go closer to downtown Toronto, there will be a lot of them. There will be a lot there per capita.
I mean, I mean, have you ever, Mikey, have you ever been to Orangeville or Fergus?
Not yet. No.
Well, I go to Orangeville and Fergus. I never see vending machines ever anywhere there.
Really? Oh, that's interesting.
Not even in Guelph. I go to Stone Road
Not
Mall
in
and Guelph. I
Guelph?
see nothing.
Wow. Oh, by the way, that's Guelph for those who can't spell.
All right, so let's catch up on a couple chats here because we did not cover this one here. It goes, what did the notorious Disney character Orgy drawing?
That's what Gorilla wants to see.
I'm gonna Google it.
Hey, trust me, they're a dime a dozen.
And he goes, stop being so polite. Travel the world and be rude.
Well, I wish
I
I had the money to travel the world. That'd be nice.
Yeah, give me $10 million. I'll take Suzanne and me all around the world.
Yeah.
And I'll still be able to spare $3 million of it.
Oh, it'd be nice to, I'm going to start buying a lottery ticket once a month. I think that I've got a little more income coming in.
I think we need to too.
Because there's been a few people in my town that have won, maybe not big, but they've won like a few million, and that's all I would need to be happy, right? So It's like, what the hell? Why not spend $10 a month, right, Mikey? You know.
Well, that's what I'm saying. OLG, the lottery thing here in Ontario. I wouldn't mind winning $1 million.
Yeah, I'd be nice. Good. If I won $1 million, that probably would do me for the rest of my days. Yeah.
Oh, it would definitely do us because Suzanne's a great manager for that.
Well,
so.
First of all, not doing that, Phantom. Not a chance in hell.
We do rely on our American brothers to be quite rude at times, so we kind of enjoy it.
Well, someone has to tell. Somebody has to tell the rest of the world to fuck off.
Hey, somebody's got to be rude, right? And it's like you guys are so good at it. You've had centuries of practice there, so why not?
Nothing would get done.
Oh yeah, well, you keep believing that.
But this makes a lot of sense. But this makes a lot of sense. Look at us. Look at the 6 of us. The 3 Canadians are on the bottom, and the 3 United States people are on top.
Thank you.
Hey,
but geographically, it's the opposite of that because Canada.
I know, but I was just saying. I was being facetious.
Hey, Mikey, I have to keep it segregated.
Oh, yeah, you thought the French exist to be rude? No, I don't think so, Fat and Boomer. That's just a meh. If you walk in there, they speak some broken English.
No, the French are so rude because their only industry is making white flags.
And highly overrated wine.
Yeah, you guys get overrated wine.
Yeah, plus from what I hear or what the culture stereotype is, they hate speaking English or learning the English language because they hate the English so much.
Yes,
when I was asking Dad about why is wine so damn expensive in California. Man, it used to be affordable back in my day, but man, now it's just like ridiculous.
Well,
it's because it's California. Everything's expensive in California because of overregulation.
Oh, man.
Well, that too, Gorilla, but it's also because the population has exploded in the last few decades from 15 million to over 40 million in this state. Plus our water management system was shit. Plus, we plant crops that take a lot more water than they need to for water systems to support. Like in my area, we used to grow grapes a lot, but now we grow almonds, and they take a lot more water than grapes do to grow.
Okay, so Dad, answer this to me. Why is it that nobody can ever find a U-Haul in California?
I have no idea.
Because everybody's moving out or not returning them.
You know what? You're pretty right about that, Gorilla. People are taking rental vehicles like the big rental vans. Suzanne and I drove a van. We didn't return it. We brought ours to Canada and left it there.
And did California lose like two electoral seats?
Yes, we did.
Yes.
Yeah, they did. Yes.
Electoral votes. So that means your population dropped by at least 1.5 million.
I just got to say, I would challenge that notion that California's got the best wine.
I would challenge that notion too.
It's sure not
British Columbia's won a lot of worldwide awards on its wine in the last 20 years.
Oh boy! Now we sparked an international debate.
Okay, I'll give you a little bit of background story here, just to educate everybody if they are not aware of this. The Okanagan Valley, where I live, has always been renowned for its tree fruits like apples, pears, peaches, all that stuff. For many, probably going back a century, it was probably the biggest producer in Canada of all that kind of stuff. Like we had bushels and bushels and barrels of those kind of tree fruits every summer, and high quality stuff too, not crap, high quality stuff. Some of the best in the world. And a lot of, about 20, 30 years ago, the orchards weren't making the profit that they needed to because, of inflation and all that fun stuff. So a lot of the orchardists started tearing the trees out and replacing it with vineyards, right? And they started, making wine. And over the years, the wine has gotten very, very high caliber to the point where, a lot of people compare our wine to the best stuff, being produced, out of France, for example. And it's won a lot of international awards, and we have a lot of world-class wines being produced here. So I just wanted to mention that,
All right. Booer says Gavin Newsom owns a winery. He needs the money, so he jacks the prices. Probably. And Booer says the U-Haul thing is real. Yep. And PvP, you want to read this one?
PvP, you are not being polite. Turn in your Canadian card. I don't have a card, but hey, I you guys ought to know me by now. I'm definitely not polite all the time. I try to be polite, but if somebody wants me to stick up for my country, I certainly will.
Hey, I try to be sensible, but you got to remember, Fat and Boomer, and you've known me for a little while. I come from America originally, so moving here to Canada has still been a difficult transition for me at best. I'm still trying. It's very hard. It's very hard to embrace the country, but I am trying.
I got a major question for you then, Mikey. Have you found moving from the U.S. to Canada to be a hard transition? Because have you had to put your rudeness to the side and be more polite? Because you seem like a very polite guy, I must say.
I am pretty polite, but I do have a dark side. Something dark side. I do have a dark side. I mean, Suzanne has seen it, so believe me. Sometimes I can get really unruly. Yes, my love, I know. I can get unruly most times, but most of the time I'm a very patient person, and that comes from my mother. God bless her soul. I'm glad she's still alive. But
you're lucky
thank you for saying so.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I'm very lucky.
I don't know. I don't know if it's because I'm Canadian. It's just I've always been a pretty mellow person because I grew up with people around me that sometimes were not mellow, and I kind of realized at a young age when people are being an asshole, it doesn't really actually make their lives better. So I decided maybe I don't want to be an asshole most of the time. So hi, Jim.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Hey, Jim.
Damn it, Jim.
Admiral on the bridge.
I'm a Canadian, not an American.
No, Mikey. Actually, Mikey, according to Gorilla, you're a transplant.
Oh, that's right. I'm a plant who likes plants.
No, you're a trans who identifies as a plant. Now, Mikey,
identified as a plant. Okay.
You said your transition was difficult.
Oh my god.
I'm if you keep going with this trans stuff, Gorilla, I'm tempted to bring up what the horror show that is current Doctor Who. If you guys are aware of any of the stuff that's been happening there over the last 3 episodes, it's really bad.
It's turning woke.
Yeah.
It's already turned woke.
It's beyond woke. It's gotten into creepy land now.
Yeah. Yes. I have heard and watched reviews of the new series. And from what I hear, it's terrible. And the most recent episode, they turned the Doctor into a big crybaby. They did, basically.
Oh, no, that's
I
wrong.
guarantee you by the end of the season, he'll be doing some pedo stuff.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I guarantee you that's where they're headed.
I've watched probably half a dozen reviews on the new season during the past week when the episodes have been coming out. And the first episode apparently was about a space station of babies abandoned, but because the parents had to evacuate, so the babies are running the station, but they're talking babies.
Oh, please!
And there's a monster a couple floors below, and it ends up the monster is literally made out of snot. It's like a booger monster. The Doctor ends up blowing the monster into outer space by igniting the dirty diapers that all these babies have been making for years to blow the monster into space. That's the level of writing Doctor Who is at now, guys. It's like,
oh God, no! Hell? Why did you say that? This is going to give me bad visions and images.
I just want to make people aware. The creepy part, though, that really creeps me out is Russell T Davies, the showrunner. I have not read the article myself, but I've read enough reviews where people have mentioned it, that he actually did say in an interview that he is targeting, well, they're pushing the LGB, how many letters? I can't pronounce all those damn letters, so I always forget them. But you know what I'm saying, right? That community. Right. And the whole trans thing as well. he's stated that he's going to push that agenda onto children as young as 6 years old, which I find extremely disturbing. And I don't use the word evil very often, but I think the man has got an evil agenda. Personally, that's the way I feel, because it really bothers me when I hear that kind of stuff.
Well, I think Sif Dan and I both agree that when they put out the series Velma, that had to be the most woke, damaging, mind-numbing, brain-damaging piece of animated crap I've ever seen in my entire life. And I agree with Dan. If anybody wants to tempt you with it or offer it as a gift or anything, burn that sucker, blow it up, destroy it, throw it somewhere where it won't do anybody any more harm.
Well, you know what's scary about Velma too is
then delete the episode they sent you too. Do all that stuff to your former friend, but get rid of the DVD as well.
Right, I will.
The thing with Velma though is it's based on that beloved Scooby-Doo, the original show, right? Which many millions of people still love. And
yeah, but they destroyed it.
I would hate to think though that some innocent kid watched the original Scooby and it really loved it, and then they think they're going to get something good, and they start watching Velma. Like, I hope their parents don't allow them to, but I can't imagine how this crap can just fuck up a young kid's mind if they see this shit. Because I just think I think it's sick. I really think it's sick what these producers of so-called entertainment are pushing, onto people these days. I don't get upset very often. I really don't. I don't get angry at very many things because I've lived long enough where I very, very much pick my battles, and there's very few that I want to fight because I'm at the age where I'll just let most of it, let somebody else fight that war. But this stuff really bugs me, guys. It really pisses me off because when you are endangering young minds, it just makes me really angry.
Well, much less that we both agree, PvP, that they are impressionable minds. And most
They're
of them
innocent. It's like when I was
impressionable, and I agree, and I think it's a sin. I think it's something akin to almost murder. Is what you're doing to their brains. Is literally making them so mind numbing and destroying them that you're short of just putting a gun to their head and blow their head off. So
it's almost like mind murder. It's like murdering innocence.
Absolutely. It absolutely is terrible. Dan, we need to negotiate with Tony on this one. We need to.
When I was 6 years old, I was not thinking about sex. I was not thinking about my gender. I was not thinking about going trans and having surgery. I mean, this is ridiculous stuff that's only been happening in the last 10 or 15 years, right? I mean, this stuff came out of nowhere. I don't remember any of this trans stuff 20 years ago. I mean, maybe it was there, but I sure never noticed it. And I didn't even start thinking about, like seriously thinking about sex till I hit puberty, right? And that's when all of a sudden girls became interesting. But before that, when I was 6, I wasn't thinking about girls. I was just thinking about, having fun with my friends, right? And to have some creepy showrunner trying to push sexual politics onto impressionable children really bothers me. I have a real problem with that.
Yeah. Don't push them on extremely young people or early teenagers at least. I mean, true, we do use entertainment to educate ourselves somewhat, but try not to push agendas that are too inappropriate for the wrong age group, in other words.
Exactly, Dan.
Well, especially for the younger minds that aren't ready. They're not ready to experience the woke stuff that starts basically at 18 and goes on from there. So,
or in college, yeah. In college.
I just think I know kids mature younger now, and I've heard that kids even like when they're 11 or 12 they might be getting sexual, and that's different than my generation because I was a little older. But it's like I don't think anybody's emotionally and intellectually mature enough to deal with sexual ideas at the age of 6. Like, I just find that really bizarre to even think about. So it's like I just don't get where they're coming from. But they are pushing an agenda. Like the actor the lead actor playing Doctor Who. I mean, he's a guy from Rwanda, and of course they're using all his characteristics against the fans, right? Because he's a black guy. He's also extremely gay. Like they've made Doctor Who extreme. The character very gay in these first 3 episodes, right?
Yeah. Well, look what they did with Shaggy, Dan. Remember in Velma, they made him black.
Oh, the race swapping is common now, right?
It's
very common.
Yeah, and the self-insert Velma character too for the actress.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the actress Mindy Kaling, she's definitely bi. I mean, she already came out of the closet. She's bi.
You know what? I'm starting to think that all this PC and trans stuff, they're all just trying to shove it down our throats or just something.
They are.
Oh, they are. They're really shoving it down our throats. Like, okay, the second Doctor Who, I got to mention this. It features the villain is one of RuPaul's ex drag queens off the RuPaul show.
Yeah.
And I forget the first name. The second name they use is Monsoon.
Oh,
and
geez.
Basically, the whole gist of the episode is this: the drag queen character is like they're like the bad guy, but they still get featured prominently, of course, because they're a drag queen. And
Right.
there's a part of the episode early on where there's like a music instructor walks in, and they're by the way, he says, "Who are you?" And it's like, "Oh, I'm not a who, I'm a they them."
Oh, please.
Oh yeah, I'm a they them, and this person is as gay looking as you could possibly believe. They got the weirdest hairstyle. They got the weird fake eyebrows, the whole 9 yards, right? And there's a little boy sitting right next to this character, and the music instructor goes, "Get away from that person! Get away from them!" And he's like, the kid goes, "Oh, it's okay. He's my daddy."
Oh,
my God!
I just like give me the barf bucket, please, when I see stuff like this in the show.
And I do have a serious question for all you later generation guys. I mean, I grew up in a somewhat. They did not shove all that stuff down my throat when I was in school, high school or middle school. I think I was in my area of California or the schools I went to. They did not shove that down my throat, or they did not even mention it in my school area. I think I probably was my area of generation where I am. I probably am one of the last generationers that actually escaped all that stuff until they brought it back in. I don't know. What was it 10 years now? 15 years now? It's been in the school system roughly.
Yeah.
About that.
Yeah, about that. But I'll tell you this much. Daniel. For a person like myself who used to live in California for a while, for a short time, over the years you've seen that because of the diversity. I mean, even now, my sister who lives in Seal Beach, she used to teach. She used to be a substitute teacher. She said that the attitudes and the different diverse nations, people that moved there to California, had changed the whole entire scope of education. It came to the point where you couldn't say a bad thing about someone, unless you were going to get sued or if you were going to get arrested or thrown in jail. It's gotten so, there was even early wokeness as far back as I think it was 2010 or 2005. And it's been that way. Yeah. Well, it's been that way ever since.
That shit when I was in high school, and that was 25 years ago now.
Okay, so it could have been early woke for you, Germ.
Yeah, I would say I graduated, I think, when I was in 2014, I think it was, I graduated roughly. I graduated when I was 17. I'm 28, so I was 2014 roughly. So I think in my area, they did not really shove that down our throat, or maybe it was that I just did not pay attention to it very much myself.
Yeah,
it was there, but they were really subtle about it until about 2010, 2012.
Right.
The worst thing that we got for our education on that subject there was we found out our teacher ended up in the emergency room because she spent too long with the hot dog up her vagina.
Oh, jeez. Look, in my day when I was being taught in school, I think that the people back then that were teaching us were obviously able to hide it better, but they don't have that cover anymore. So
they don't. They're encouraged not to cover it up anymore.
Right, not to cover it up. Right. Back then they were discouraged from revealing anything, and now it's well.
Well, you know
all hell is breaking loose.
What it seems to me, it used to be like borderline deviant lifestyles were kind of pushed to the edge of society for many, many decades. And now the people in power in the entertainment business are trying to feature this more deviant lifestyle and present it as somehow preferable and fabulous and beautiful and wonderful and preferable to the boring, straight, normal lifestyle that most of us lead. Because get this is another thing. The last few weeks when they put the first 3 episodes out, the guy playing Doctor Who basically said the fans could just go away, and his phrase was "touch grass," whatever the hell that means. But look it up; it's documented. That's what he said. And then this monsoon transvestite came out after episode 2 and said, "We don't care if the phobes and the ists leave, because Doctor Who was never made for them anyway." And there's another thing they said: Doctor Who was never made for straight white men. Never made for straight white men. Since 1963, all the straight white men watching that since 1963, no, it wasn't made for you. And this person went on to say, for every single homophobe or whatever we lose, we'll get 3 to 5 people that embrace diversity.
Yeah.
I just like there ain't that many quote unquote diversities on the fucking planet.
I want to bang my head against the wall when I read that shit. It's like, it's so stupid. I can't believe it.
And the thing is, PvP, you've had a unique perspective just based on the fact that you're 7 years. Yeah, you're gonna be 7 years older than me after I turn 59. But the fact is, yes. But anyway, the fact I'm trying to point is, you've had a bit more unique perspective when it was your age, younger in the age that you were in. A lot of, like I said, a lot of it was discouraged, and the same thing happened to me when I was growing up in school. I never had anybody who came out of a closet or came out anywhere and said, "Oh, by the way, I'm gay." I never had that problem. But now it's commonly accepted. It's universally embraced. And it's just and I'm sorry, but I mean, the Bible told you it was wrong. And I said, okay, yes, it did. But then you had some guy named Jesus Christ who came out of nowhere and said, you got to love everybody. And we said, okay, that's awesome. That's great. But I mean, at the same time, I think, like you said, most of these people are trying to take it in a twisted way, and they're trying to force it down your throat. So I'm just sickened by all of it. I really am.
And I would say this to all on the panel. Sadly, all this stuff is also very profitable, or it's starting to go downhill profit margin wise. But all this stuff with a lot more people, people playing the victim, or so-called saying they're gay or transvestite, or they play the victim card, say they are all that. They do that to earn attention and to make money off of their victimhood. That's sort of how it is now. But it's starting to die down roughly a little bit. It is, or die down.
All right,
well,
a little bit.
Sadly, it seems to be picking up steam with Doctor Who, because the BBC and Disney are back in this like the full 9 yards, even though the last 3 episodes have gone down every time in viewers, and they're down to just over 2 million on the 3rd episode, which is an all-time low for the series.
Hey, Gorilla, did you want to get to your chat? Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to interrupt. I want to say, hey, welcome, Pop. Pop there. Hope you're feeling well tonight.
Hey,
Hey,
Pop.
Bob.
Hope
And,
you're doing well.
And one of our Canadians want to read this.
Yeah, seriously, I like Canadians. Thanks, Boomer.
Oh, well, I'm glad you do.
Damn it, Jim.
I was gonna say Jim.
You know, Mikey.
I was gonna say Jim can you read that one. And Jim has his interview trailer out, so make sure to definitely check that out.
And tomorrow morning, you get to see the actual interview too.
All right. Pervs have been allowed to dominate for political reasons. Yeah, that falls under what's his face doing that interview. It's actually from the Soviet Union, so it's led to all this because they're able to infiltrate our education system. And Boomer says California used to have one of the best education systems in the country. Used to. He goes, my folks probably up in the 1960s was very much a different state. Oh yeah, I've heard that there. And Pop Culture Creator says hi, and
Hi,
Boomer
Pop.
says hey to Pop.
All right.
All right, we're all caught up on the chat.
Yeah. Well, believe it or not, I did recently check something about your state, Minnesota there, and I did find out, Gorilla, that your state is one of those few that actually has one of the highest numbers for education, or as it scores. They score very high in Minnesota.
Yeah, we know how to manipulate the numbers.
Well, at least you're honest about it.
So you're saying you're not going to claim to be highly educated, Gorilla? Like, I'm shocked. I'm shocked.
Yeah, come on! I want you to be Caesar from Planet of the Apes. Damn it!
Yeah, I thought you were going to say, "Oh, yeah, I passed the IQ score at genius level years ago," but
yeah, right.
Hey, I'll admit it. I'm a dumb shit. I'm a lovable dumb shit.
Yeah. Plus, we sort of have to remember he's a gorilla. He's not a human.
Well,
and he does have random thoughts as well. So yeah, I guess that.
He has random thoughts. Caesar had random thoughts. Hey, he took over the earth twice. Good for Caesar. Yes. Dumb humans.
Well, we are pretty stupid right now, as a society right now. We are.
I'd say so, for sure.
Yeah, well, Mikey.
It's surprising how stupid the human race is as a whole. You have to remember, the average IQ is about 100. That means 49.9% of people are below that.
Yeah. Well,
that is terrifying.
Well, yes. No, you gotta go with the George Carlin quote. Just think how stupid the average person is, and just remember, half the people are stupider than that.
And you know what? I never actually got the IQ thing. Like, if you have 100 IQ, what exactly does that mean, roughly?
Yeah, I did.
You can function as an adult by yourself. You can read at a moderate level, and basically, you don't need looking after.
Oh, so
well,
more than
that. I will quote something to you guys. It's absolutely true. This is true about a lot of women and a lot of men, and it's definitely true about us. When Suzanne and I did our recent IQ test, Suzanne rated 145 IQ. My IQ was 130.
Yeah.
So.
Well, all I know is IQ is 65. You're eating crayons. So I know my IQ.
That one.
so I know my IQ is slightly above 65. I don't know how much higher.
If you could fend for yourself, I think, Germ, wouldn't you agree? If you were at least 100 IQ, I think that's how you're able to fend for yourself to some extent.
That's you don't need a caregiver.
Yeah, you don't need.
You can manage your own. You can manage your own life to actually a good degree.
Right, you're not stupid. You can actually make your own food, and do and other stuff. So yeah, and pretty talented. Yeah.
But here's the kicker:
to put an
people
example,
actually you
guys know the Paul brothers, right?
Yeah.
Those guys are high 80s, low 90s IQ range.
Yeah,
they're functional, but they need a little bit of help here and there.
Yeah, and Resolute German. Let me say something.
Yeah, go ahead.
Even if you have 100 IQ, I just forgot what I was gonna say. I just forgot. Well, my point is, shit, just forgot. Oh man, I'm having a brain fart right now.
Your brain just died.
Oh, are you admitting a young man can have a lapse in memory?
You can have a lapse. Yay!
Oh my!
You just leveled the playing field there.
There we go. There we go.
It must be that Darth Vader cereal screwing you up.
Oh man.
Oh man.
Hey, by the way, I just posted some reviews of the new Doctor Who in the private chat. If you guys want to check them out, the first one does have the episode with the drag queen, which is horrifically bad. I just found this. Actually, I just found this channel. It's a guy named John Del Arroz. Apparently, he writes science fiction novels.
Arroz, yeah.
Oh, you know him. Okay, good. He actually seems a lot of. The thing is, I don't watch a lot of review channels because they're often hysterically and kind of stupid. But this guy seems fairly level-headed in his reviews of the episode so far. So I kind of I sub to him just to give him a chance and see what he's got to say. But he seems like a pretty reasonably intelligent guy. So, and the one he did about the drag queen episode I thought was pretty good. So, and it'll show you how horrifically stupid this character looks if you want to check it out. It's scary.
Oh, yeah. I sort of remember what I was going to ask, Resolute. Even if people that have 100 IQ, like you said, to survive on their own, they try to hide it, and they don't do it to cover themselves or to hide that they're able to do that for some reason. Not sure why they do that. I mean, if I have an IQ that's higher than 100, or roughly 100, because I still live with my folks. So if you call it being an IQ under 100, because I live with my parents still, then call me dumb as shit if you want then.
No,
well, and you might not be using. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that.
Well,
it's more generalized for functionality, not the way you live your life.
Yeah,
right.
You would have the capability to take care of yourself, like live on your own and whatnot with 100 IQ. Under that, you need more. The lower you go, the more assistance you need for getting by in your day to day.
Yeah. Sometimes you can't help your situation.
Because I know people have 160 plus IQ. They can never live alone because they are a little touched in the head.
Exactly. That's sort of what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah. Well, no. Yeah, he's going by like people who like need to get told what to do, not they're in a situation where they can't afford to live on their own or whatever.
Yeah.
And some people live with their parents because their parents are at the age where they need assistance.
Well, I'll tell you this much. Suzanne is definitely a person I love, not for the fact that she's a great person, but that also she has that perfect balance of mentality and emotional support. And she is really, I mean, her balance is perfect. For me, not so much. I'm more an emotional wreck. And more of a mental, I'm sort of like where I'm supposed to be mentally, but my emotional baggage is just like it's like it's left back there on the tram thing there in the airport. I lost some baggage. Yeah. So
yeah, I get what you're saying about. I get what you're totally saying about carrying baggage because I had a rough childhood. I had a rough early years as a teenager.
Yeah.
The bullies just loved to target me for whatever reason. Well, let's put it this way. When I was a kid, I was the fat kid, right? And you know what happens to the fat kid on the playground, right?
Nerd. Aw.
And I was the fat nerd with greasy hair and glasses. So you can imagine how well loved I was.
Well,
and the funny thing was, though, in the second grade, I met one of my best friends. Well, my best kid friend in childhood till he moved away when he was 13. He was the skinny kid. So we were like Laurel and Hardy, right? We were like the fat kid and the skinny kid hanging out together, having a great time. And we were both nerds. And I still remember we'd watch Lost in Space over. I'd go over to his parents' house and watch Lost in Space with him and his parents every week, and then I'd go over on Saturday afternoons because CBC would be running UFO in 1970, so I'd go over to his place and watch that on Saturday afternoons, and we were great friends, and just had a great time. Like we were just peas in the pod kind of mentality, right? So yeah, but it's hard being an outsider, which I think I've always been one actually, because that's just the way I had to be. Because to survive, I was not the popular kid. I was not the in crowd. I was the outrider crowd, right? So
was it more Abbott and Costello, or was it more Laurel and Hardy? You said.
I always thought of us as Laurel and Hardy.
Oh, okay.
Because I thought Laurel and Hardy were actually a better comedy team. Abbott and Costello are great, but I prefer Laurel and Hardy overall.
Well, I was so small. When I was growing up. Sometimes they would call me one of the Oompa Loompas. I was a short guy, or they would just call me, they would see me and they would start humming the tune, and I'm like, "Don't do that! I'm not an Oompa Loompa. Come on."
Yeah, it's not fun.
Or I was
teased.
Right, or I was just too small. I was like, I told one of my friends growing up. I said, "You know who one of my favorite characters is in Wild Wild West? Miguelito Loveless, because that little guy can kick ass." And I said, and if I'm that short, which I was, and if I'm that short, I could kick your butt, right? And they said, "Oh, stop dreaming and stop watching the TV set."
He was a great character, though. That's probably
I loved
my
Michael
favorite.
Dunn, and I'm so sad.
Michael Dunn was a brilliant actor.
Yeah,
he really was.
He did great in that. He did great in that TOS episode. Really, as Alexander. Yeah.
As Alexander, yeah.
Yeah, it was great in that.
That episode often gets ridiculed for being silly, which some of it is, of course. When Nimoy, what is he riding Shatner like a horse or something? Like that's pretty silly.
Well, but it's known for the interracial kiss between Kirk and Uhura, even though it's
that's
forced,
it.
Right?
It makes up for it with not only the interracial kiss, but I watched it not too many months ago, and it's actually not that bad because Michael Dunn as Alexander elevates the show, that episode, a hell of a lot. Like he's really good, and he's a really good character. Like you really feel for his predicament, right, being mistreated.
It really is one of my all-time favorite episodes, and I wish I could have mentioned it to Jill because, like I said, I grew up admiring Michael Dunn for that role. As I said, also for being Miguelito Loveless in Wild Wild West. I was like, that is a great villain. And he got away. It was so cool the ways that he got away. And the women that he was with, the women that followed him, were at least 3 times his height. I was like, oh, damn.
Oh, he always had gorgeous women as accomplices, right, Mikey?
All the time. And they were real talented. One lady that he was with in an episode in real life was a singer from Broadway. She was specifically chosen for the episode, and she did all the the playing herself and the singing and all that along with him because he was trained too. Michael Dunn was trained, so those episodes are just because they're real, they're authentic, they're great episodes. The talent is amazing.
Miguelito was a very well-crafted villain too. He was, because to me, a good villain is a complex villain, right?
Yes.
He was actually a very sympathetic character in the early appearances. I actually felt for him, and I kind of actually cheered for him sometimes. Like I wanted him to actually succeed in some episodes, right? Because his plan was actually kind of interesting and creative. And he was a wounded soul, right? Hi, Pop.
Hey, Pop.
Hey, Pop.
But he was a damaged soul, and I could understand his need for vengeance, right? Because he did have a need for vengeance. But I just love Michael Dunn. You realize he was only in 10 episodes of the Wild Wild West?
Yeah.
Only 10. But he made such an impact in those 10 episodes, we still talk about him.
Yeah.
Well, I think it was early on he thought that Jim West was his arch rival, correct? And then eventually he realized, wait a second, Artemis Gordon's pretty smart too. I got to knock them both off before I can get anything done. I just thought that was cool. Yeah.
Jim and Artemis were a great team for sure.
Oh, great. Loved Ross Martin. Yeah.
I love that show.
I love it.
I love Wild Wild West. It's a great show.
Bill Conrad, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I dare to knock this battery off my shoulder.
And he did most of his own stunts until he got seriously injured later in the series.
Yeah. Good stuff.
So, Pop, how are you doing tonight?
Doing okay. How are you guys?
We're having a good time. We actually watched the movie and had fun, and we're still having fun chatting. So, I hope you're doing well tonight there, Pop.
That's good. I didn't sleep in too late tonight. That's what happened last night. I feel bad. I took pain pills yesterday early in the day, and I thought, well, I'm going to take a nap before the stream. And unfortunately, I had to get up until 2.5 hours too late.
Well, Pop, it's okay. We understand. And none of us, it's too bad you weren't feeling well yesterday, but we understand. And, we had other things to do. We all filled our Saturday night. So please don't feel bad about it, Pop. Like, there's no need to.
I know that shouldn't matter to me anymore, but I know I'm losing subs because of it. But I know I've got other priorities to consider.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you can make them up
okay.
tomorrow. If you're doing Lost in Space tomorrow, we can get some subs back for you, maybe.
Well, we can always see. I'll do my best. Good to see you, Gorilla. Thank you for letting me on.
Yeah, no problem. You're always welcome on my channel.
And I have to say, I was listening. Abbott Costello sucked. I'm a fan of classic comedy. I'm talking about everything from silent movies forward. And Abbott and Costello sucked ass. All they were was wannabes who were copying from other people.
Man, oh man, oh man.
Well, that's why I told Mikey I did prefer Laurel and Hardy quite a bit. So, yeah.
Yeah, I remember reading Mo Howard's autobiography, and he was talking about when they got signed by the studio Columbia. And they were suddenly popular. Suddenly everybody was into the show. What's that?
See what a turkey is.
I think
so. I see.
What a jerk I am.
No.
Never mind.
It was somebody was talking in the background. I don't think
Mikey telling somebody what a jerk I am. Well, fuck you, Mikey.
Did Mikey say that?
I make one minor comment about Abbott and Costello, and you were giving me shit. Why were you doing that, Pop?
Oh, I guess I don't.
Did I do anything ever to you?
I didn't say anything to you. I'm talking about the comedy team. So fuck you, you fat fuck.
Oh my God.
Oh, please don't.
Guys, do we
you
really
want to
need to
ditch
do
it up,
this?
but you can't take it, right, Mikey?
Oh, Pop.
You're always talking behind people's back, you stupid idiot. And you don't even realize.
Do I talk about no
self-awareness,
you're wrong.
you fat fuck.
No, you're wrong, Pop. I don't do that like certain other people do. But
Well,
hey, whatever you want to think.
What did I say about you
know
tonight,
what?
Mikey? What did I say about you tonight, Mikey? Come on, tell me. Put your money where your mouth is.
Well, why didn't you say it? Since you're so intent on saying it.
I started to explain about what Mo Howard said about Abbott Costello. You didn't let me get that far because you're talking about him on your back to your fucking wife. So fuck you. I did have something to back it up with. I wasn't just saying they sucked and that was the end of the conversation. I actually have history behind that I was going to share, you fucking idiot. You're too stupid to realize that with your stunted mentality.
I'm too idiotic? Oh, that's rich. That is rich from you.
Well, let's who's talking about who. All right. So enough said.
Yeah, guys.
When you guys talk about me, I'm not gonna put up with shit anymore when people talk about me.
I'd actually like to hear I'd like to hear what you had to say about.
Fuck no! I'm going to change the subject. I have a story about what Laurel and Hardy said about Abbott Costello, and I also had a story about what Mo Howard said about Abbott Costello. But fuck you.
I would like to have heard them.
Nope.
Oh well.
So stupid.
Yeah, It's getting to be on the three hours here.
Yeah, thanks for ruining it, Mikey. I'll see you guys later. Sorry for coming on. See you later, Gorilla.
Night, Pop. Have a good night.
Night, Pop.
Yeah,
Well, that was unfortunate. Oh gosh.
Yeah. Thank you to Phantom Boomer Explorers for coming. He does he has trailers on his channel that then he has his Cosby movies, so make sure to definitely check them out. And thank you, Pop Culture Curator, for coming on. Pop has his Lost in Space on Mondays at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. Tuesdays is the horror sci-fi, and Wednesdays is Gilligan's Island, and Saturdays is the rumblings from the lab. I gotta scroll up. Wait, Jim's on the panel, so I'll let Jim promote his stuff there. Daniel's on the panel. Thank you, Jedi Bill, for coming. Jedi has a couple karaoke streams a week there, and he also does his Western Cinema Sunday, so make sure to check that out. Thank you, Omnicast, for coming.
I'm on mute.
And thank you, Captain Dopidity, for coming. I'm not sure what you've been up to. Day, does Prevented Cinema do anything? Daniel, that's out of your channel.
Yeah, Fermented does stuff.
Yeah. I haven't been on any of his streams lately, but what I hear, he's a pretty good. He usually reviews different movies or TV shows.
Okay. And thank you, Scurvy, known as Lemon Pie, for coming.
Oh, hi, Lemon. I missed you before. Hi, buddy.
Yeah.
Hey, Lemon.
Yeah.
I hope you're cranking out some good eggnog jokes there, because I'm going to need them in a few months.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's planning. He's setting up a eggnog library of jokes.
That's
good.
I expect to get the first volume of eggnog jokes in the mail by October. Just saying there.
Yeah. And thank you to the man of many words, Cody Guy, for coming. Thank you, Pickles, also known as LDG, hashtag Free the Net, for coming. If you ever need high tea help or need a place to hang out, there's always freethenet.org/underground. And thank you to Sci-Fi Mombi. She's going to be celebrating 1,500 subs. She does watch parties, and she has her streams, and then there's the grunge stream, so definitely make sure to check her out. Just scrolling.
Rawhide.
Yeah, thank you, DJ.
Move them out. Hit them up.
Thank you, DJ's Play Nice, for coming.
Hey, DJ. I
My
love your
DJ
avatar.
Play Nice.
I love that avatar. It's like if Leonardo had drawn a naked guitarist, that would be the what he would have drawn. It's great.
Yeah. And thank you, Lady V, for coming.
Hey, Lady V.
Lady V, yes, always a pleasure.
All right, we'll start with Jim. What you got going on?
Well, like I said earlier, we got my interview trailer out, and midnight tonight you will be able to see the whole interview. And I put a little special intro in there, so you might want to check it out. It's pretty interesting.
All right.
Yeah, I saw it. It's very cool intro.
Repair 4 will be trailer. The Repair 4 trailer will be released in another week on a Monday, and the following Monday on that, Repair 4, the actual video will be out. Then the following month, Repair 5. So we're finally starting to pump those out, trying to get some extra time to get this stuff out while I'm cutting grass. That's about it.
All right, Mikey, what you got going on?
Well, first of all, I want to apologize on behalf of myself for what transpired with Pop. It does go a lot deeper than what we did tonight, so I apologize again for bringing that up. So I didn't want to make any violence on your stream here. I hope I didn't affect you in that way, Gorilla.
It's fine.
But anyway, yeah. As far as our channel, Mikey Sue's, Mondays, I do the webcam, which is Mikey Zeus TV. That starts at 12 noon Eastern, 11 o'clock a.m. Central. On Tuesdays, we do a live stream with me and Jay Aldridge. We talk about the A-Team, and we do our review of an episode. Starts at 2 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Central. And then Wednesdays, I talk about the Greatest American Hero, and that's at 12 noon p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Central. And then on Thursday, we do live stream, me and Jay talking about two of the kids' Saturday morning live action shows we grew up with from DC. That was The Secrets of Isis and Shazam. And that starts at 2 p.m. in the afternoon, also Eastern, and 1 p.m. Central. And then Topic Time, which we did, which I make sure I do, to be considerate of Gorilla before he does his Cinema Sundays. We run it at 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Central, just after AQOT stops. And we run that for about 3 hours. I think today we ran it almost 4. But luckily, Gorilla reminded us that he was doing his cinema at 8 o'clock. So, yeah, we didn't run over. But actually, Tony Stark, he came into our chat towards the end, and he said, yeah, I just finished my reactor side chat. I was like, oh, I'm sorry, Tony. Yeah, we ran together, but that's okay. So that's what I have every Sunday through Thursday. And then there's more to come in the summer. So,
all right, PvP, what you got going on?
Well, I'm still working on my music playlist, of course, because that's pretty much all I'm doing at the moment. Is my mic okay? I hope not too low in volume, am I?
You're good.
Sound good,
you're
man?
good.
Okay, just wanted to double check. So I am focusing on my favorite punk band, The Damned, because I am having the great privilege of seeing them live next month in June in the Commodore Ballroom in Vancouver, which is a fabulous place to see a band because there's less than 1,000 people capacity. So it's got a stage that's only about 4 feet high, so you can get right up close and personal with your favorite band, which I'm hoping to do. And it's going to be amazing because they are one of the original bands from 1976. They started out with bands like the Sex Pistols and the Clash, and they actually beat them by many, many months by producing the very first single and album put out in the UK by any punk band. So they are definitely forerunners. And I can't believe I'm going to see a band that's been going for 48 years because they've got 4 of their original members back together on this tour. Dave Vanian has been the vocalist for the entire 48-year run through every incarnation of the band. He has been their lead singer, which I find remarkable because he still sounds fantastic in his late 60s. He can still sing. He's still got a great voice, like a lot of vocalists. They lose their chops as they get older, but Dave can still belt it out just like he always has, which is great. And I'm so looking forward to seeing them. I put up their first album from early January 77, first punk album in the UK called Damned, Damned, Damned. It's pretty much straight ahead punk if anybody has a liking for that. The second album will not be mentioned or posted because it's generally hated not only by the band, but by fans and critics because the record company said, okay, your first album did well. We need a follow-up and we'll give you 2 weeks to write it. So giving the band 2 weeks to write the songs is not a good idea. And apparently it does show on the album. So I bypassed that, put up the third album, which is considered one of their best, Machine Gun Etiquette, which I consider a masterpiece. It starts off kicking you in the balls right at the start with great songs, and it does not let up. It just plows through the entire album. It is fantastic, and I highly recommend anybody. And it's by that time they were actually starting to move away from punk. They were still punk, but they were incorporating stuff like psychedelia, a little bit of prog, piano. I mean, all kinds of sounds. It was really good. And I'm going to add more albums, and I'm guessing I shouldn't go on too long because Gorilla probably wants to collapse and go to bed soon. So I'll wrap it up there.
All right, Daniel, what you got going on?
Nothing. I like to go on people's streams. That's pretty much it.
Alrighty. Dan, what do you got going on?
Oh, to all your panelists and to reviewers and chatters that don't know me, I'm Sci-Fi Sit Dan. I usually cover different sci-fi TV shows or movies, or any others, depending on how versed I am in the lore of other franchises or movies. On my YouTube channel, I do have crossovers and movie lists. I usually do my live streams on YouTube 4 to 6 p.m. Pacific time on Saturdays. I may change the time to try to reschedule it to not get in the way of you and Resolute's schedule. And I am on usually on other people's live streams. I am on other panelists if they offer me to come on, or if there's a link in their chat. I do cross streams with the host if they will allow it. Beyond that, that's all I have to say, and I'll turn it over to Gorilla to let the next panelist give their promotion.
All right, Jeremy, what you got going on?
Tuesday night we got Andromeda, and Thursday night we got the Roundtable. Cartoons may be a little iffy this week. I may or may not have to work, so it's sort of 50-50 right now.
Alrighty. As for me, no Justified this week. I got stuff going on. For Cringe Stock, it'll be Death Row Game Show. But we should have the Waltons on Friday. The next Saturday, it looks like we'll be starting the Robocop TV series. And the next Sunday, Robocop 3. So everyone have a good night, and remember to be a gorilla.